I really want to go, like, when we start. Think about Israel.
No, no.
Not this.
Not like this.
No.
Yeah, just not paying more attention.
But yeah, yeah. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. This is Dungeons and Dragons. We play Dungeons and Dragons. This is Tales of Revedia. These are the players. You can see them on screen. Ethan is really close to his camera, but not because he's close to his camera. Just it's zoomed in on him. I did that for some reason. So how I cropped the image. Anyways, last time they did stuff. Sean recapped it for everyone else, but not you. Go watch it. So as you guys are,
Sorry.
he's this guy's an asshole. As you guys are descending down the staircase, in the central part of the tower, the Moth Mother, who's the one sort of leading you all, and there's like a few Lunarians with you as well. You know, the goofy little looking Mothmen. She's sort of still moving while she's talking. I know that his tastes can be eccentric, but I hope dinner was sufficient for you all.
Excellent.
Good, wonderful to hear. It's rare that we get guests as it is. I wouldn't want them to leave leaving displeased. That's too hot.
I wouldn't say I found it any stranger than, you know, typical human fare.
You see her like she doesn't say her like head. You can because she's walking. Her head kind of like tilts at that statement. It's a weird thing to say.
I mean,
Even relative.
all these people cook their food.
Yeah, that's the part that caught her definitely. As she as she's making her way down, and I say you guys have probably only been walking for maybe like 2-3 minutes on the staircase. It's just she only starts talking after you guys like clear the area, so you're not within like obvious earshot. What exactly did you do to earn Civis's Horde? This was not an easy task to retrieve in the first place. I imagine you must have been done something quite impressive.
Well, she had said that she was going, and that it was about time for them to clean house. Given that they're migrating today.
I see. Are you? Is that just saying it as a statement, or are you intentionally not mentioning any of the stuff that happened in the forest?
He was just explaining it that way, but
okay, because I didn't feel like you were trying to be intentionally deceptive.
no, I'm not withholding any information, really.
Okay, that's cool. I just needed a vibe check.
We told them already.
I thought didn't you tell him when you were outside of the temple?
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought.
So I guess she doesn't know. I get it.
But I'm very grateful for you all to come out. You should also maybe visit another time. I'm sure. I'm doubtful, actually. He didn't seem to take too well to some of you. Even in normally fickle moods, this is uncharacteristically friendly. So, for your sakes, I ask that you be aware of any plotting you may feel afoot. Trust his words, but don't trust their meanings. And as you guys continue to move further downwards, you reach an area that sort of levels out, and this oh, that's on the wrong page. The area where the staircase comes to a flat room, circular in shape, and amongst it are several doors. There'd be four, one in each cardinal direction, but you can't really tell which way is north south. But they're 90 degrees apart. Above them, you do see varying symbols. And the one you would see that she'd be walking towards is it has that of like the door itself is like embezzled into the wood. Is that the word? Or embossed. And like the windmill door is like this like bouquet of roses that comes like from the bottom streaming up and covering like the entire thing. And you could, I guess you could be able to see the other ones that are in here if you're interested in those. If not, it doesn't really matter. But as she leads you to the door and she opens it up, you guys are immediately hit with like a blast of what feels like warm like summer air. That's very contrasting, a very contrasting feeling that fills this area. And looking downwards, it doesn't seem to come from a naturey location though. You're not quite sure where the air itself comes from because you can smell the green on it. You know, it smells like the forest, but beneath it just leads down. It's a set of stairs, which she continues on downwards. And as she walks down this new set of staircase, she just says, we're very close. I will give you a warning, though. The procurement of these items was difficult. However, maintaining them has been another task, we could call it. Or storing them safely. You'll be able to have whatever we have here, but it's... you all seem like a resourceful group. Also, Joe, you're good. I would just walk down the staircase. That's all that's happened. Toward the treasure room.
Cool.
So yeah. Long story short, you walk down the stairs, went into a room that had, or like through a door that had like an embossed like rose on it. Door opened, hot spring air came at her. Like it's like warm, not hot. And she was just saying, yeah, it's I've had quite a bit of difficulty storing it. It should be fine though, as long as you keep them in their containers. Did Civis at all disclose to you what the items were? We were not exactly able to ascertain the nature of them ourselves, just that they seemed important in the way that she and in the protection she had on them.
No, she was brief in her words.
Cool.
Can I ask, as we're descending this staircase and going through this rose embossed door, is the cold like building and like getting colder and colder, or is it just like stable?
From like the tower.
Mhm.
It's like a pretty like steady cold. Like it's more like just like this ambient source. And it's not like freezing cold either, but it's just enough to like frost things around it. But if you touch it, it almost be like, you know, you ever like touch the metal in the freezer, like on like a rack or some shit. It kind of feels
Right.
like that, but not metallic, obviously.
Hmm.
But it doesn't like be like building up or anything. But as you make your way downwards, you go down another sort of long hallway with a few slight turns. You see some doorways along the side of the area, which she seems to ignore. Then finally, hooking around on one side, and you see this wide open room, maybe yeah, maybe like 100 feet across and like 40 feet wide. No, 60 feet wide. That's the measurements. Um, and in the room, you see piles of gold, treasure, art pieces, things that seem to have been collected from over various amounts of time. You recognize some of these gold pieces just as you're walking by have that incredibly like aged quality or like the almost like unrecognizable like stamps or other parts of coinage that was on the coins that you had taken from the hoard up top or like on the material plane. Um, but at the end of this area is what she walks toward. It walks towards. It just seems to be like it's a pretty just big what's the word? My brain. All right, off to a great start. So wrapped in like sort of like dust and webbing is like this box shaped object, and you can feel the magic emanating from it. It doesn't seem to be just like normal web or anything like that. Just that's I guess most likely what you came here for. The gold and all that, you're welcome to help yourself for as well. It just happened to get caught along. Or it was just smaller things taken over the years, but this was what he considered the grand prize and that she would come back for. And she just sort of like gestures forwards towards the crate.
Why so suspicious of this crate? Oh man. Um, Calpe, can I ask, uh, this chamber, are these all the, all Civis's possessions, or some of Embrium's, own hoard mixed in?
No, this chamber was dedicated to the things taken from service, but this is over a span of many, many years. It started off with a few gold coins here and there, seeing if they would notice, and then it's eventually turned into all of this.
Stealing from a sleeping dragon, it's treacherous business.
He's a daring man. What can I say? And you will notice that once she has not stepped closer to that crate
Yup.
since she's walked into the
Sparks will
room.
just walk towards it.
Yeah, and you make your way towards it, and you can definitely like feel like very like you don't feel any the magic that you do feel definitely seems to be coming from the webbing and stuff around it. It seems to be. See, make me an Arcana check.
Can I help?
Yes, you proficient in Arcana?
Yes, I am actually.
Then yes, you can.
So you want me to roll with advantage, I presume?
Yes.
Or huh.
Assuming you have
21. So as you get closer, it's not a spell you're particularly familiar with, but you know that Fey magic can work in very mysterious ways. It doesn't follow like the normal like set in stone formulaic rules, but it does seem to be some sort of like some sort of stealing magic, like some sort of like strong like abjuration, almost like you would like a binding spell, to maintain what is ever in this object, and it's effective to the point where you can't get any sense of what it is inside of what is inside of it.
So like a locking spell, did you say, or just a binding spell?
More like a binding spell. You get the feeling that like from the outside, the, from the outside, it'd probably be relatively easy to break because so much of the actual thing was focused on making sure the inside is safe.
Okay. So right, so it's dangerous inside as opposed to outside, right? Okay.
Yes.
So in my head, it was like some kind of maybe arcane lock or something on the outside that I could use a knock to get open, but okay. There's something funky inside. Well, that's what the magic's. It's pointed inward, not outward.
Yes, I mean, over the years,
Mic
Civis
check,
could have
okay.
clashed against any number of dark forces, and the spoils of such an effort may be within that chest. So we shouldn't assume that anything we find here is going to be benign in nature.
Okay, but are we like saying that this is some sort of weapon that's like possibly malevolent towards people that use it and maybe corrupted, or are we saying that there's some sort of creature in here that we can
Dunno.
release and then throw it at some? I turn to our guide and ask the same question.
And what the fuck? Oh. And as you turn and ask, you see her frown for a second. And almost like you can see it seems like a feeling of like guilt. And she says, I have been explicitly instructed to lead you here and no more.
I mean, yes, you have been instructed to do so, but like of your own free will, you could perhaps help. Surely he can't bind everything you do.
And you just smile sweetly and just says, if it within my grasp, I would. I don't think. And you watch as like she is about to say something, and you can literally see like she like physically like almost catching herself by surprise. She ends up literally like biting her tongue. Unless you wish it, nothing in there is an immediate harm to you.
Thank you, Vagan, and helpful.
And
We appreciate the warning. Seems that's all she's able to say. Are we all ready to open
Just seeing if
Pandora's
I have
box?
Is it okay
spells
for us to
or...
open it here, or do we need to take it somewhere else?
it's yours. You can do what you want with it.
Is this like a big crate? Like how heavy is this thing?
So, the actual, like I said, like it's the as you're getting closer, it seems like the area itself is like a crate made of the webbing. It doesn't seem like a physical like crate. Like it's like a wooden box in here. It's more like this a square shape used to contain all this shit. And it'd be like that's too big. It'd be like medium size. It'd be a little bit over 5 by 5 foot. It was like a medium sized creature, but it's a big crate.
So this whole place, is it all sort of similarly strung in webbing, or is it just this little corner of the room as webs?
Just a little corner. In fact, I'll give you let's give you a peek at the room.
Peek. A sneak peek.
Oh, it's doing that fucking thing. Fuck. It's not Jungun's turn.
It's Jokun's turn.
All
Alright, everyone else steps back. We push Shogun towards the crate.
Let's go. Hey, we have a turn.
Yeah, no, fuck your turn.
Cast conjure insects or arachnids.
I throw a lantern wolf at it.
Go, Lantern Wolf. Use Fire Fang.
Well, if no one stops him, Sparks will go, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, and then open the chest.
Yeah, I don't want to be right next to him while he does it.
Oh, yeah, I was. Yeah,
you do or you don't?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
That's all.
I'm gonna. You'll be able to.
We crate boys.
Yeah, the throne is where that crate is.
I
It's a
can't move.
lie.
With the
I also
exception of
can't.
Jughead.
Yes, I
which
know,
is-
Ethan.
Vic-
I know.
The game is paused.
Yeah, because I've got to do something before I.
Well,
Crime.
I press
you know,
open crate. I press open crate.
if we have the opportunity, Sparks is probably, gonna fill his bag of holding full of gold. But I feel like we're not gonna have the opportunity.
I mean, you could just do that right now.
Yeah,
Reopen the
but there's
crate.
a big shiny crate in the middle of the room.
It's not
In the
shiny.
big shiny room full of gold.
Yes, but this,
Everything's shiny.
Yeah, she would have
Yeah, but this
stayed
is
her ass like
special.
back here.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Can I check for traps? Do a brief look, see.
Yeah, go
Before I
ahead and
touch it.
make me an investigation check if you like to.
Just
I
saying, it's a
really
very
need to-
shiny a room. Becoming
I
Italian
really need to
for some
put
reason.
that fucking headband of intellect on. Oh, that's what luck's for.
Should have been a halfling.
It's better than natural one. It's still not good though.
Yeah, outside of the wards you detected on it, just at the very obvious ones, yeah, don't see anything. Don't see anything
I
that
look
feels
to
like a
the other
trap.
two and say, "Well, there's nothing wrong with the
So I
chest
wanna
other than the
try-
traps open." Oh.
Okay.
Wait,
You're freezing, Sean.
I want to try, like, a free. Can
What?
you all hear me?
oh,
It's
ish.
a little spicy.
Okay. Well, I kind of wanted to try because you said that crate was woven together with 4 walls from the web. So I was wondering if I could rotate the shape in the sort of web and like pick it up and rotate it between the webs and see if I could unfold it. Like unorigami it into just an open plane of webs.
I see.
I mean, I'm opening it anyway, but cool. Lean over me.
So as y'all go to touch it, the first thing you realize is that as your fingertips brush against it, you guys go along the sides of it, trying to sort of make your way around it to sort of unfold and see what it exactly is. The magic that is containing it immediately gives way at a touch. Not requiring any arcane proficiencies to break the spell. As soon as something on the outside disturbs it, you feel the web begin to disintegrate in your hands, in your fingers.
Oh.
And so when that happens, I'll let you guys. Move your tokens right over here. I guess.
Gonna roll initiative?
No. And where did you, Ethan and Jungam? Where are you guys? This isn't an initiative thing. I'm just trying to make sure you. I don't want you.
Ethan and Jugum. You mean?
Yeah,
Jugam
yes.
and Zelfa.
Jungam and Zelfa.
I set up wanted to be right up there with the chest.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with where I'm at
I
right
can't
now.
move.
Cool.
Can I have my skeletons collect gold eggs or not? That's smart. Never mind. Never mind.
Zelthar's a smart
If,
one
if
here.
they swallow the gold, it would just fall through their ribs.
Sometimes.
I said collect.
Oh, you could
Yeah,
put
but
a
how?
bag of holding under where their esophagus would be. They'd make them super efficient.
Hava.
But yeah, you watch as the web immediately begins to disintegrate underneath your hands, and you are hit with a fucking blast of energy. Arcane energy to be precise. And what you see standing before you are, now this is just gonna sound weird. 3 golden boxes. The roughly equivalent in size. They're sort of laid out in a triangle pattern. On the top of one, you see. Oh wait, that doesn't work. Let me. There's. You ever write something, then you have to say it out loud.
I'm ready for it.
Nah, give me 15 seconds.
but I want you to write what you were gonna say.
So, of this sort of triangle stuff, on the very top box, you see what seems to be a heart, but sort of gripped and like wrapped in thorns. It's like squeezing it, like thorny vines. The second box, this would be the box on like the bottom right. Bears like are embossed on it is the visage of, I guess it'd be like two figures. It'd be like one larger and then like a smaller one like holding its hand, like sort of raised up. And on the third box, which would be the one on the left side of the triangle, it would be what seems to be clearly shaped as like a dagger, but all around the edges of the box, it's intermingled like with a sort of like feathered pattern, but almost like looking at it, it's like visibly like you can like almost like the box like the it is like you can tell it's like the gold one is like shifting and moving. It's almost as if the feathers like surrounding it are on fire.
So we have a phoenix feather box that screams Taran, maybe, because it's got a dagger on it. But heart vines.
And do you guys have any reaction or like do you say anything as you see this?
What color are they? Are they just brown and with like gold accents? Or
No,
is
no,
it
they're like
gold?
pure gold, like gold, like pure gold blocks.
Shiny. So, what's this then?
And as you say that out loud, there is a slam that comes from the box, and you hear the sound of metal being hit, and you hear "Hoo, hoo, hoo, hoo," from the bottom right box. An unintelligible
That's the
noise.
phoenixy one.
No, the bottom right one. That would be the one with the two people holding hands.
So the spider box, just to be clear, the spider box gone,
Yes.
Yeah,
evaporated.
yeah, that
right?
was the thing that was like containing the energy of all this. And it seems that like
Um,
most of like the intensity is coming from the box with the heart and thorns on it.
And that's the bottom right one with the guy.
Top
Top
one.
one.
The bottom right one with the guy is the one that's making noise right now.
Sorry, what's drawn on that
So,
guy box?
It's
dagger.
just okay. 3 boxes. Top heart thorns. Bottom
Right.
right, the fellas holding hands. Bottom left, dagger, feathers and flames.
And the holding hands is the guy.
Yes, that's the one where like there's noise coming out of it. You saw something hit it in the box shutter for a second, and just a muffled noise.
I think we should open all 3 of the boxes at the same time.
That sounds like a terrible plan.
Let's go. You got 2 out of 3 with me. I'm on board.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Shadowfell again.
There's also
We're
no
already in the
visible.
Shadowfell. Don't even worry.
There's also no visible locks or hinges on any of these boxes.
Wait, explain.
Good news.
So
Like-
they're just
like-
cubes?
Yes, they're like rectangular.
Good news,
Right.
guys. I have locks, so if there is any feasible way to open them, I can do it.
Calpe, are these? Is this a situation where, touching one of the chests will draw the energy away from the others and render them inert?
Incorrect. All as she sort of says this, she doesn't because she's across the room. She's a ways away. In fact, I technically you should be able to see her, but the light thing is weird in the room. There you go. But even it feels like she's like sort of like talking like a whisper, and she's just says, "No, all of which are fully yours, and you have the full access to. They're just stored separately for. They are stored separately for caution or to be cautious.
Almost
Thank you for.
imperceptibly, slowly, Sparks' hand begins reaching towards the top one.
The top one.
Top one.
So
I mean, slow enough that if you guys wanted to stop him from doing so, you could quite easily do so. He's just like
drawn in by
Ooh.
it.
Yeah.
I'm grabbing the middle one.
To
There's
the
no
top
middle.
one.
With
What?
the middle one,
What
we're in
the
the middle.
what? Where are you, Ethan?
There's
What
a
the
triangle. How can you hit the middle one?
We
There's
get
a
a
top
fucking-
one, there's a left one, there's a right one.
You
I'm hitting
playing
the top
Twister?
one.
What the fuck are you doing?
Ethan is the
The one
chosen
on the
of the
left.
middle piece of the Triforce, the hollow bit. In
Yes,
the middle of the Triforce.
yes. That's exactly what's
That was
happening.
in a line this whole
There's
time.
nothing there.
My bad. The one on the right. I want to go the one on the right.
On the right. So, Sparks, as
Well-
you feel yourself reaching out towards this energy, there is almost like this sort of like warm affirmation that fills you, like almost like drawn in, like to be like just to get closer. You've been enchanted before. It doesn't feel like you're being charmed. It doesn't feel like there's something controlling your mind. It feels like it more so feels like this is like a natural response of your body. And as you realize that you are physically touching the lid as these thoughts are filling your mind, they're interrupted, like jarringly, as you see what's it called? You see a figure manifest in your mind's eye, and it would be what's it called? The best way I could describe him is this immensely tall figure. Maybe not like giant tall, but for a thing that you encounter, very tall.
I mean, most things are
like-
very tall.
Yeah,
to me.
he's like 12 feet tall. Like in
Okay, so alright, so he's 3 times my height, got it.
yeah, and you see these sort of like long like sort of like flowing robes, very almost like official looking. Like some sort of like a magistrate, and these horns that just wrap all the way down from the top of his head, almost going to like where his waist is, like going over and then just like straight down.
That's
And-
weird.
And as you see it breach into your mind's eye, it asks you, "Ugh. Would you like to find out what's in the box? Is it time to open?"
Who are you?
I'm the one who put it in here, as
What?
requested.
Yes. What's inside?
And as
Oh no, that just opened it, didn't it? It's supposed to be a question. Fuck.
No. As you see that, sort of apparating in front of you in that sort of same mental space is a contract. And it says, "As per the terms of my previous agreement, I can only ask you if you would like to open the box or not, or explain
Can
this
I read the
contract."
contract?
Yes, you can.
Cool.
And scanning through it, the parts that you can see, because you know how Devil's contracts work, there's a weird vibe here. There's got to be something else. It seemed to be a contract made with the Moonlit King as the at the time owner of the items, and that's for the owner who is considered the owner of these objects are the only ones who will be able to break said seal and release the objects inside. And the devil who signed this thing, it would have his name on it, or the
Does
name
it
he would be.
specify objects or creatures?
The exact phrasing would be the treasure contained inside. It would not specify between objects. and creatures.
Fucking man. Could I
Give
do
me one
some
sec.
sort of check to scan through the contract to see if I can see anything that would be untowardly bad?
Make me a investigation check.
Okay, let's hope I get more than a 3 this time.
And then you'd see on the thing the devil's name would be Vastron.
Oh, that Vastron.
Vastron, yes.
That bug that happens with the fucking thing, you know, where you lose the ability to see part of the screen.
Oh, and that came back? What
And
the
you have
fuck?
to zoom out to actually, activate the character
Yeah,
sheet.
whenever we roll.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
I don't know how that came back. That's weird.
Investigation. Oh, well, I guess it's time to try another luck roll. What are they there for if not to re-roll? Just get more than 3s. Yay!
17?
It's still not great, but it's...
So you don't find anything that would be explicitly dangerous to you. But you do know that there is a clause that explicitly says towards the end of it, and by opening and by releasing said treasure, one is making or one is fully consenting to the altering of by releasing said treasure, one is fully consenting to whichever ways it may alter its fate and may not be and may make no future make and may make no deals with future devils to change this, as the Nine Hells there's no more interest in business involving said items, and you would see that as a clause added in not by Vastron's name. um Make me a religion check just out of curiosity. It's a relatively low DC. It's just more to see if you recognize the name or not. 10. Thank fucking God you met the DC.
Uh,
That clause was added in by Asmodeus.
oh, cool. Basically, what will happen, I don't know if the rest of the group, because I mentioned at the same time Dragon's doing her thing. But
You know
well,
nothing else is
Sparks-
moving around you when this is happening. It's almost
it's
like you're
just
caught in
completely
space.
frozen. I was going to say Sparks is speaking this out loud.
No, you're saying it out loud, but you don't hear anything.
So do we see Stretch here?
No, you just see Sparks touching the box.
Hmm.
And just staring off into space. So I suppose because this is happening at the same time, and Sparks is thinking and also speaking out loud because he thinks the rest of the group can hear him. Do the bit with Juggun.
Cool. So, Dragon, as you pretty generally you see this box being fucking beaten on. And you reach out or beat on from the inside. Something seems to be not very happy about this current predicament. And you touch the box, you see a figure as well. You see this incredibly lithe, like absolutely stunning, like devilishly gorgeous figure. And as she is beholden in front of you,
Hello, I'm Jung Im.
I know, dear. And she looks down at the box and she says, "Ugh. If I am to complete my end of the deal and release him, will they be taken well? Will they be well taken care of?"
Who's him?
She just smiles. That's as much as I can disclose. The choice is yours, though.
I want to look around and see what everyone else thinks.
Nothing. It seems that this is a little moment with just you and her. Sparks is in his own world right now. Well, he's there, but I said if this feels more like it's more like a mental thing happening than it's just like being in like a physical space.
This is me talking out loud. So I have a friend, and he's in the box. Is he trapped? How long's he been there? Is he okay?
And a wide smile is set across her face. Then it shall be done. As you watch as the gold begins to just melt away into the floor, and as it touches the ground, begins to fall, it almost like lights on fire. It's almost like it evaporates. It's just gone. So that's happening. And depending on what happens next, this will happen concurrently. Oh, what the fuck? Is that a bee? Or the world's biggest fly? What the fuck? Alright. Sparks,
Was a flyby.
we go back to you.
I mean, do I see any of this happening, or am I in my own world?
No, this is happening like concurrent. This is like same little world. Or your own little world, I should say. You're not aware
I
of the
say it
actions
out
of
loud,
Jenna.
and I basically, without looking back, I go, any objections? Anyone behind me? Okay. Let's see what's inside.
Cool. And as these two
If
events,
I had wisdom of 10 or more, I would totally look behind, but I am...
yeah. And as these events happen concurrently, what happens first is as both the gold in both the boxes begin to melt away, you see through this tiny hole this bout of blinding light pierce through the top of it, immediately illuminating the entire area, even though it's just maybe a little bit slighter than a pinprick. And as that happens, Jungin, on the box that you are in front of this melting away, you see something breach right through the top of it, covered in gold, almost looking like like this clubbed hand. You just hear a, oh, 1 second. Oh, what the fuck? And pulling itself out, almost like just jumping right out of it, still covered in this molten gold. How do I describe this best? So, this creature, maybe about a foot. No, it wouldn't be that. It's maybe about like a foot tall. These sort of wide arms and legs, these sort of puffy limbs. You see this fur covering. It almost looks like burlap. The skin of it. You realize that this is a large stuffed toy. And as it's standing there, goes, "Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you?"
Hello, nice to meet you.
And as you guys are doing that, and as you guys are sort of having that conversation, the sort of pinprick of light behind, that would be in front of you, but behind him, stops from like, it turns like a pinprick to like this like spotlight that radiates out through the entire area, and almost as if unable to be contained anymore, there is this spray of molten gold that fucking fooms the entire area. And I need,
Including on me?
I needed the three of you to make me a dexterity saving throw, as it just fucking explodes with energy.
Don't worry. I definitely can see this because it's glowing. So I'm gonna roll at advantage.
Okay.
No problem.
Sparks, you just passed. Kalos, you pass.
Oh, God. You didn't even need the advantage. 20 was the first roll.
So it would be... So you would take... You two will take half. No, either you're resistant to force or radiant damage. Any of you?
Resistant to radiant damage.
You're resistant to radiant?
Wait, no, I'm not. That's necrotic.
Okay. So Jungin, you'll take 42. The other guys, you will take 21. As you guys are able to maintain your space, Jungin, you get fucking thrown, and I have to make a...
Sorry, I am resistant to radiant damage.
Okay, so you would take Subtract 11 from that.
Sweet.
And I roll for the. And okay, it'd just be a flat 14 right now. So he would fail. And he would also get fucking tossed
Okay.
as you find yourselves, or Jungun, you find yourself sort of laid back in a pile of gold. It's sort of like raining down like upon you, sort of sliding down over your shoulders, covering you. You see the bear next to you, very frazzled looking, sort of like dazed and confused and quiet for but Sparks and Chaos, you guys, having just braced yourself, covering your face, and now that you have a chance to look at it, it seems to be roughly the size of bum, 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 like size wise of like a soccer ball. And you see wrapped in like these vines, almost like it's barbed wire, this massive beating heart.
And then emerge
Um,
from behind the golden spray.
Yeah, that's what was in the box itself.
I poke at it.
Uh, as you find yourself trying to like get closer to it, it feels like with each beat or each time it beats, you're almost like sliding back a few inches. You're able to actually make your way. You're actually able to touch it, and you're just gonna poke it.
Yep. One furry digit.
I don't know why that shocks me in any meaningful way. That should be exactly
Hello.
what I thought you were going to do.
I am literally a curious cat. That is my character. If you put something in front of me, I will touch it.
As you touch it, just placing your finger
Mhm.
upon it, it doesn't have an immediate like alarming reaction, but it does seem that the vines that are wrapped around the object, like the vines and thorns, slowly begin to start creeping over to where your hand is. Is where your hand's touching it.
Has it stopped pushing me away as I touch it?
Yes.
I turn back to the others and I go, well, I got a heart on the box.
Are you keeping your hand on it?
Yeah.
So, as you do so, turning towards everyone else.
Mostly for the reason that, like, if I let go of it, I'll be pushed away from it, and I'm like, at this point, I'm just like, just touch it. Wait for the others to tell me what to do.
Oh. And I'll say you guys probably have like a few seconds. It's not like it's like creeping towards you. It's not like a flurry of like this plant like it's coming at you, but it's like slowly creeping. So you guys have a
What's
second.
coming towards us?
No.
Thorns. Thorns are coming at me.
Yeah, the part where he's touching, like the thorns are like reaching out towards his hand, where it's making
Just
contact.
just towards Sparks then.
Yes, yeah.
Well, you wanna keep touching that? I mean, it's sort of it's growing towards you. Are you sure about this?
Well, if I let go, it'll push me away, and I had to put a lot of very strong Kalis. I mean, if you want to come over and like push against the forces, you could. I mean, I told you out loud that it was like the contract and everything, so you didn't really I asked you if you
You
disagreed.
just touched that box and it erupted in light and melted the gold.
What?
You touched the box a second ago. About a
Yeah,
moment
but
ago.
like
Oh,
there was a big contract that came up, and I read it out to you, and I
No,
pointed
that
out
didn't
that
happen.
I concur. That definitely did not happen. But I touched the box and I talked to a lady, and she
I talked to a guy with horns that came down to his like waist.
uh,
You
talked to a
guys
very
talk to
beautiful lady.
people?
I always talk to
Did
people.
you did you not
No, I
see them?
didn't talk to anyone, for my part.
Didn't either.
Sparks, you feel a prick on your finger.
Ow!
And as you do so, it just seems like one of the vines has sort of just get there, and you watch as it sort of touched, and you see a sort of small droplet of like blood begin to like slide down the tip of your furless finger. Um, because
Oh,
that's
you had to remind me, didn't you? Fucking. I mean, there's probably a little bit of firm there now because it was at the
Is
end.
it
It was the end of the rest, so it's been at least 8 hours.
okay? So it's starting to grow back. You got like fuzz.
Yeah,
Um,
got stubble.
Kitties.
but yeah, as it touches you, and you feel it's almost like it's beginning to wrap around your finger. It's very almost like soothing feeling. Actually, after like the initial like pinprick, it's almost it's like it feels extremely cathartic as you just have
Guys,
this moment of like
you see Sparks like begin to move his hand away, and then like look back like away from you guys and goes, "Oh, that actually felt kind of all right."
okay. So
What do we do?
here's the thing. I'm gonna this this is something that I thought of because I thought it'd be cool in isolation, and then I didn't. This was not fully created in the context of the party. I will say that. So Sparks,
Hi.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
I am glad I have done exactly as described. Curiosity killed the cat. This is what I wanted my character to end on. Con saving throw, yeah?
Yeah.
10.
Got any more luck?
So
I mean, do you think I've got 1 point of luck? Do you think I should use it?
I mean, you rolled a 2, so it's up to you.
I know, but do you think it's going to be a really bad thing?
I'm just saying there's only up to go for that roll. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I mean,
Technically, there's not.
But
Technically.
I will,
That's
I'm
not
sure.
math, probability and stuff.
There you
See,
go.
18.
it's better.
That's a careless. Hey, I actually rolled the 10 that time.
So
Probably not high enough.
as you find yourself getting caught up in this very sort of cathartic feeling, this wave of relaxation like goes over you, and you feel this warmth begin to fill your body. You sort of
I'm not sure.
caught. Something feels wrong. You're not sure what it is at first, but something feels like you're starting to feel different. And I will say, you as a character, I don't know how Sparks reacts to this because I don't know if he understands the implications of it. It almost feels like you can feel like a physical form beginning to like manifest, like
A form that isn't my own?
a form that isn't a Sparks, like here because of a magic rock, as if like your body is like growing into this piece of your soul that's here. It's the best way to put it. Because technically, you're physically here, but you're not complete.
I mean, half of me is here, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, what? I don't even know what you're describing right now.
Yeah, it's like, you're the glass half empty and it feels like something's beginning to fill you back up.
Let me some cold away from my face. Sparks, are you okay?
Now, what you do with that information, you have control. Like, you can feel the flow of it very clearly. If you would like to not fill this glass up anymore, you can do that.
Is that the con save that I passed? Did I pass it?
You passed. Yes.
What was the DC? Just out of interest.
It's good that you re-rolled. Obviously.
I mean, yeah, I'm well aware that the DC was lower than 10. Higher than 10. But, I'm trying to get a vague idea.
I know you'll well when you cast Identify.
I don't have Identify as
I know.
a spell. I hate you.
But yeah, you feel that sensation begin to fill you. This is a
Cast
very
Identify. That is a giant glowing heart.
This is a very peculiar situation because of you specifically. But
Yeah.
you can continue if you would like, or you could stop.
Mm. Because on one hand, there's nothing Sparks wants more than to, feel complete again. But on the other hand, he wants to feel complete with the other half of himself. So it's very difficult.
So what's happening?
I'll give you.
I'm deciding.
Yeah, I'll turn into a quick time event if you want to.
um. Because I'm indecisive, I'm going to roll a d20, and on a 10 plus, I'm going to resist it, and on a 9 and below, I'm going to let it happen.
See.
Let it happen.
And you all watch as you see sparks begin to like glow for a second as a sort of thrumming sound, this like thrumming heartbeat begins. The sound of it begins to like fill the air around you, and it almost as if you could feel like your own heartbeat's like resonating like in time with it. And so like you feel off for a second, and you realize that something you no longer feel a connection to the stone that Zelthar has, or that Zelthar's holding on to. I believe Zelthar's holding on to it.
Mm-hmm.
You no longer feel a connection to it. But you
Oh, no.
feel here, like present in the spot, like physically here, as much as you have been in the last few months. And you watch as that happens, the beating of the heart slows like this, like it's like slower, like rhythmic, like thudding. Very much less intense than when you had started touching it.
Damn, I didn't realize that I would also, lose...
Hmm.
Mm.
You could probably unattune from that giant disembodied heart.
I
He's
don't know
still
if I
touching
can...
it at moment, isn't he?
He is still touching it at the moment, yes.
I let go.
You let go, and you still feel that feeling there, but it almost as if it's like slowly slipping away. Very, very slowly.
As it's slipping away, do I feel like the tether coming back to the stone?
Not at this moment.
I'm gonna get further away from it and see if I can, basically I'm gonna get close to Zeltha.
Cool. And while that's happening, Jungam, you hear next to you. What the fuck? What does he do? Oh, that's not good. As he looks over at you. Is he yours? Is that one with you?
Yeah, that's my friend Sparks.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Who are you?
One sec, where is it? I gotta find his name.
Clearly, this is Danny DeVito voicing Detective Pikachu.
That was my job. I was supposed to watch that thing. Oh no, this isn't good. Oh, I touched it. Fuck. He looks over. This is your fault. This is your fault. Fuck. Okay.
How's this my fault?
Cause you're next to me and you didn't stop him. He gets up and there's like the sound of like it's like the gold coin sliding down. Get up. Come on, you're a cleric. I know how this works. As you watch as this, it's about a foot tall teddy bear. Fucking stride his way over, and he has to walk around the pillar, on the floor. And you see him as you're sort of caught, like transfixed, making your way towards Zelthar Sparks. To see that he's approaches, he's like, "Hey, look at me, down here.
Ow.
Why do you touch things? Did you know what they are? Are you a child?"
No, but I have got I'm a cat.
I've met plenty adult cats.
What?
Okay.
Bear? You
Are you-
soft?
He looks incredibly soft. Are you going to pet him?
Yeah.
As you as you put your hand like on his head and you like rub it for a second, he just fucking And as he's looking you up and down, he's like, "Okay, well, you're gonna be okay, all right, kid. You're gonna be fine. You did something bad, but you're gonna live. In the future, don't touch things that you don't know what they are, please."
Okay, but so what happened then?
Ah. Wait, first of all, who the fuck are you? Why are you? Because as he realize, hmm.
Come on.
No, that's an ancient
What?
artifact. First of all, that's the main thing you need to know. Who the fuck are you? Why are you down here? You're not the Moonlit King. Am I supposed
Yeah,
to be
but we
protecting
own
that
this
right
stuff.
now? Because what?
Yeah, the dragon gave it to us.
Bullshit. What's her name?
That's your question? You just want us to know her name?
He's stumped. Look at him.
That's the player can't remember.
It
get
Her
so
name.
many
in
names.
the fight.
We get so many names that I just want.
His name is Civis, the father of the moving wilds.
Wrong. Lady Dragon.
Fuck. I always confuse their genders.
They're the same one. God. Okay. I'll have to.
I give them the information that Sparks would totally be able to remember after 2 days, but
Yeah.
Joe can't because, it's been
2 months.
more than a month, maybe 2.
Okay, well, if that's the case, we at least need to get out of here before we can settle all this stuff up.
I mean, or you could just, tell us now.
I was gonna get to the part where I told you now after deciding that we should be out of here as well.
Just because you keep skirting around the subject.
Let me speak! Is he like fucking? He doesn't raise a finger. It's just like it's just this club paw, but it's up and it's as high as it can be. You're relatively short though, so it kind of like it's like at like where your like diaphragm is, so it's not menacing. But he's like he could punch the shit out of your stomach.
He has 0 grip strength, you're saying.
Yeah.
He just has sort of like nubby paws.
Okay. Basic rundown you need to know. My name is Sid. That's a wild heart. What does that
There we
do?
go.
What does that do?
Mhm.
Well, it's the heart of a wild, and it's very important. And I don't know why she would just give that to somebody, because that's something that she wanted me to be watching over for a long, long time now, and it does a lot of really weird shit.
Such as?
Well, the best way I can describe it is it has like it contains a mass of like the energy of Civis and Vestari, that gives birth to like areas like the Moving Wilds. It's kind of like one of those, except it's not a dragon. So it's very important that it's not sitting in here, because people could do weird shit with it, like you guys could, but you don't seem bad yet.
Where should it be sitting?
Anywhere. Well, she was. What is? I don't know now. She didn't. She doesn't seem to care anymore. Otherwise, you wouldn't own it so far. Did she talk to you about this? Did she tell you?
Nope, they were very brief with us.
We saved their life, and they were like, well, you can have this. And we were like, cool, we'll go get it. And then we realized it was in the Moonlit King's
She must have forgot. There's no way. There's no way. Okay.
thing, and it was a whole thing. Also, I'm 2 people. Hello. I'm half.
And as you say that, his eyes. Oh, that complicates things. Long story short, there's a whole lot of really fancy stuff. Powerful, great healing magic. That's another thing. Part of it. Extremely like. I don't know how to express to you something that's something really dead could just you could fix it, or also you could fix yourself with it too. I guess you could do a whole bunch of
So,
stuff. But
what you're saying is, if I brought my other half here and he also touched it, we could both be real people and we could be twins. That's cool.
I don't know the details of what your situation is, but okay.
Guys, can I do that? Well, I mean, if it. I don't. Well, first of all, we'll wait and see if I get the tether back. But if I don't, it'd be a cool thing to do. Because then
No,
there will be two of us.
I guess that's the cool. I get what you're saying. Bad part about it is it gives life to things, right? Like you. The problem is it's very hard at distinguishing what it is and isn't supposed to
Supposed to what?
give life to. So,
Like you.
nah, I'm a whole different story, but it helps. I've got a little chunk of it that keeps me floating. But like things in general, we need to not be in a space with so many things in it. Like now.
I mean, there's just gold
For
in here. Can
for
I
the
make the
record,
gold a lot?
I'm gonna grab Sid and I'm gonna like pick him up
He will
to our eye level.
if you're going to pick him up, he's going to fucking he's gonna hit you right in
Are
the
you?
knee.
Fucking give it a shot.
That's where he rolls his 8d10 punch.
So, no.
His neat 20.
No. It's like, God, I don't have a fucking buddy right now. God damn it. And he punches you rather effectively.
Hey.
This is degrading.
I just wanted to look. I'll let you just rest on my arm like you're sitting on a branch.
I have legs.
Here.
Put me down.
What?
It is a little bit degrading to pick up a small folk and bring them to eye level.
wanted to see you better.
Bend over. Put on some glasses.
My knees don't do that. I'm sorry.
Fall.
I'm just gonna hold you here.
Okay, I'll remember today. Speak.
Well, why were you in a box?
Because I was with the heart, and that fucking guy came over, bing bang boom, sleep box. And you all
So
came
what's
in here
in-
making a ruckus, and I realized that I was in a box.
Embrium did.
Where the fuck he? The man with a crooked hand, with a green hand.
Embrium has a green hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's in the third box?
Third box. As he looks over to that, that's something that should probably stay. It's a helpful tool. That's the best way to describe it. Not as
I'll put you
dangerous.
down if you tell me what's in the box.
I'll live longer than you. You'll die one day.
I'll set him down.
Okay. As he walks over to it, he doesn't touch the box or anything. It was a special little thing she liked to hold on to, a gift from a friend. It's long story short, it's a weapon. I would like to say it's mine, but I've been disarmed. I think it's yeah, it's a little awkward.
In slow-mo, with relatively little hesitation, Kalis is just gonna slap his hand onto the box. But I'm giving everyone the time to recede from the vicinity of the box, should they wish to.
Move his hand away from it as he goes for it, or attempt to, because I can't really stop Kalis from doing most things.
I would like to start collecting gold into my 2 bags of holding.
I touched the box. I don't know what you want.
Yeah. So are you actually trying to stop him, or are you just trying to be touching him as well as he touches the box?
No, I'm trying to stop him from touching the box.
Okay, yeah, no. He's not like you can catch his attention and be like, hey.
I mean, he just said that it's a weapon. We just said it's his weapon, and we don't know if it's a good thing yet. So, maybe we shouldn't touch the box.
I mean, you found out what was in your box, man.
I know, and it was bad, apparently, according to you. Where did you come from?
Well,
The
I'm
other
touching this box now while we're having this conversation.
Cool.
Oh, okay then.
And as you do so, you see this huge, like very like bulky, large, muscular, like goat-headed figure. The body of which like one of these arms is like just this kind of like mass of flesh that falls and then separates to like a hand, like actual like tentacles, and the other one is like an actual like humanoid hand. Um, and it has this covered in like this like purplish skin, like this very like deep purple. And he goes, "One in the box."
Y- Yeah.
Good. I'm out of here. And um,
No contract. No.
well, you didn't ask him any questions. No, that's the only reason they displayed the contract earlier is because they were asking him shit.
Uh
He didn't give me a contract
Okay.
either, and I asked some questions.
Guess not.
Well, I didn't sign any contract. I just said I want the
Yeah,
box.
no one signed anything. No one signed anything. Um,
Well, about that.
and as you do so, and the golden box starts to evaporate, what you see, it's rather long for like a dagger. Um, but the hilt of it seems to be made like covered, like wrapped, like in these pitch black flat feathers. But and I can't remember what the fucking inside part of the feather is called. The fucking like where the
Quill?
what
Quill?
is that the quill? I don't fucking yeah. It's like it's almost like it's like slightly like glowing, like giving off this like red, like almost like fiery, like shifting glow.
The blade of it is glowing.
Not the blade, the hilt.
Oh,
The blade is just this pitch black.
Shaft?
The shaft of the feather, yeah. That's the
huh.
part that's giving off like the red aura. And he goes, oh well,
It
well,
has
all
a
right.
crimson glow from inside.
Yeah, like this, like it's like a fiery like crimson glow, like it's like shifting like it would be if it were on fire.
Okay.
He goes, oh well, all right, it's out the box now. It's out the box. That's fine. That's not a bad one. It's not as bad. Um, so as I said, can we start to go? Because whatever you did, I guess it was a good thing. Looking at you, as he says that as he looks at you, Sparks, because nothing else is awake yet. But the clock's ticking.
So that's a giant heart. How do you mean to move it?
Well, as long as you're careful, you can pick it up. You just can't want to do anything with it. It's not. It's not sentient, but it knows. As long as you're just moving it, it's okay to touch it. But if you're touching it because you want to fuck with it, it'll draw you in.
I have an idea.
And as I was saying, there's like this sort of like another like wave of energy that pulses out from the heart, and just like sort of like spreads in the room. It doesn't like have any like much like force to it, but there's like this like wave of dust that like falls around like along the ground that you can like see the energy sort of repel from it. Is it not forceful enough to push you back or do any damage? Um, but it is enough where like it's made very obvious that it's like becoming more active.
So where we're in the Shadowfell now. Where exactly do you mean to take this thing?
Well, I could go back to the Moving Wilds, but I guess if it's yours, I mean, I if we can put this in a space, do you have any interdimensional spaces, extra dimensional spaces? A demiplane? You ever heard of a demiplane? Like a, you know what that is?
Yes, but I don't have one.
Fuck.
I don't think this would be safe to take into the moving wilds. With all the things that live there that you're just talking could be affected by it.
It's better if it's nature stuff being affected by it, because those are things that are meant to be alive. They have a temperament, you know. Trees, when you bring them to life, they act a certain way. They're generally kind of okay. You know, water will give birth to nymphs and all those beautiful things. That's more fine. And
So, are you saying this would replace the gap left by the twin dragons?
It's essentially it's like a piece of her. You could put it fucking anywhere. You could honestly, you could drop it in the Shadowfell and you'd have a woodlands in no time.
Well, then we could take it back to uh the pond that they vacated and submerge it in the water there. I think it would be far enough from any of the populations in the moving wild that it wouldn't adversely affect them.
Sure, I'm sure it would be. Um,
Should also like get a big lead box. They're very good at stopping people from finding things.
yeah, but then the box would walk away.
Oh,
And as he says that, there is another like more intense vroom that sort of ekes out from the heart as this is beats like echoes in the room once more. Um, and Jungun, with your expert passive perception, you can something begins to feel off in the room as after that sort of pulse of energy goes and there's like this sort of like wave, this like clouds of dust that fill the air. Like not fill the air, but like low clouds of dust on the ground that had just settled from the last one. Even after the pulse passes by, you see some things are still moving. You watch as some of the shadows in the room still flit unnaturally, and you hear the clinking of coins, as if gold is like falling, like from the piles as it was shifted. But the question that pops into your head is why is gold still falling when the wave is very much past?
I think
Um,
we might need to read that book soon. Uh, I think we should have. I don't know where to put it. I am down for Akil's idea, but I'm kind of afraid of someone stealing it. It is apparently an ancient item.
it's old. It's like super old. I can We can talk about the details of how it was made later. I only know a little bit of them. And I actually need to do something real quick. Oh, did it break? Why, of course, it always does this. God's not real. If he was, he wouldn't do me like this. Um, Sorry, give me 1 second.
1 second.
Hmm.
How much less gold do you think I can fit in a bag of holding?
For the sake of it, I could say you guys could collect most of the gold in the room. Like, it's not, you're not being ushered out explicitly. And you also have a small army to come replenish it. But Ethan, what catches your eye immediately? Yes, not just Ethan, Jung-un. After that clink, and you sort of have that thought to yourself about how much gold could you collect in that short amount of time, um, you watch as I guess that's just kind of how it was positioned there. Now that I think about it, because it was copy pasted. But thematically, I enjoy this. You see that skeleton in the bottom left? That's a little bit off from the group.
Yes, that one.
So there is a very quick like crashing sound as you watch as a wave of gold comes up for a second and then just collapses right on top of it. And there is a crunching sound of bone, and you see shifting movement as the hoard of gold directly next to you begins to move towards you.
gold mimics.
I would like you to roll
Maybe.
initiative.
For doing that, I need to do two things for me.
Yeah.
I have 12 skeletons. Those have a gold.
No, something. Oh, this is a new day, so you have him back.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day.
Initiative. Yay.
Oh, come on. Those are terrible rolls.
Go grab Lilith too.
I almost always have bad rolls as this character.
How do I roll initiative? It has been so long. Oh,
Nice.
hey, look, we rolled in order.
Yay.
Okay.
Oh, we did.
Reverse alphabetical order.
You rolled a
Um,
natural 20.
So
Yay.
Oh,
I need to do two things. One,
yes.
right here.
Oh, that looks cool.
So you watch as these two massive hordes of gold begin to rise up. I swap the music. And let's see, Buddy should be right next to you, Kalis. Because you guys are up there. Where that box is. I need a token for him because I do not know why I don't have one. Let me find a good thing to be a substitute because plutonium stopped working again.
Not plutonium. Guy's trying to nuke stuff.
The thing that never works.
It just randomly updates and it's like, nah, no more.
Nay.
Okay, well, I'm just going to use this token because I think it amuses me. Or no, I'll just use a default one, actually.
In this week's session, the gang kills the Golden Girls.
No, that's not it.
Not the Golden Girls. How am I going to collect them if they're dead?
I actually didn't need to remake their stealth checks because I did not do that properly.
Hey, darn.
Stealth check, stealth check, stealth check.
So if I'm getting this right, Sid was implying that this wild heart is chill in like organic environments, like out in nature, but if we keep it in like a castle or something, it'll like bring the stones to life and imbue things that shouldn't have life with life.
Yes.
I feel like it's kind of like basically the Fountain of Youth, isn't it? Like, if you get near it, it rejuvenates you a little bit in the wild. Otherwise, it brings things that shouldn't be back. Maybe. I don't know. That's how I. I'm gonna stop talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, with that, initiative 1. I forgot where the fuck is the initiative button. I can't. I'm fucking dumb. Oh, I have to add the comment. Oh, thank you. I didn't look right there. My bad.
No problem. Happy to help.
I don't know if that's true. So if you guys, Sid's fun. Sid was an idea that I enjoyed. So at the start of combat, basically, you are the person closest to him, Kalis. And as you all see that first skeleton just get fucking mollywopped by this massive horde of shifting gold, Sid looks over and he's like, "Ah, oh, god damn it! Will you be my battle buddy?" As he looks you like dead in the face. Yes or no?
I slowly picks it up.
Don't pick me up. It's a
raise him
fighting.
up to eye level. Eye contact, dead in the eye. I'll be your battle buddy.
Fine.
Get on my antlers.
No. You watch. Actually, no. Sure.
I'll set him there. He can hop off if he wants to.
As you begin to set him up, and you say yes, where is it? I gotta. You watch as the sort of like form of like Sid begin like his fur begins to change a little bit, and you see like this sort of strap begin to appear, this belt, almost like the stereotypical barbarian armor, begin to like shape over him, and across his back is a great axe. Uh, yes,
Did he like absorb my character class?
yes.
Oh my god.
Sid's a barbarian for now.
And he's still a foot tall.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you. Yes.
So as you place him, good enough for now. You're faster, and Sid, that's a top initiative. Before combat. Zelthar, though, as you notice all this happening, you see these two masses of gold begin to gather up into this one swirling, shifting mass. You see one looking like it's going towards Jung-un, and another towards the horde of skeletons behind you. What do you do? As you're sort of caught in the middle of this.
I'm gonna get out of the middle of this. Oh, the game is paused. I can't move. Okay, I'm gonna run this way. And say, "Excuse me, Mr. Bear," or something like that.
That's Sid.
And
Don't worry,
then,
he's mounted.
and then I'm gonna Hunter's Mark this the one on the right, the gold man on the right.
You can definitely do so.
And then I'm going to shoot it twice and make it nice, or attempt to. Oh my gosh, it's a paragraph.
27 and a
20.
20 will hit.
Yes. Okay, I'll add Hunter's Mark later.
So what's that? 30 points total? Yep.
Yeah.
So, as you do so, sending these two arrows into it, you watch as you're unsure what's actually striking, but it sounds like solid as this sort of magical ammunition cuts straight through. And it's almost like as if it hits the goal, it's almost like melting away at the inside, cutting away at parts of this horde. It definitely is seeming to damage it. But there's also just a fucking lot of it. It's hard to tell whether you're doing anything significant quite yet.
Yeah. Okay, that's my turn.
Alright, cool. Sparks, you see the shinies have gone angry.
Okay, this might become a headache for you, but I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I've just never had the opportunity. So Sparks is going to look at the golden horde, and he's going to look at the shiny coins next to it, and he's going to go, animate object, and make 10 coins rise up to find the coin horde.
That's actually fucking hilarious. Not even.
He's going to make.
That's hilarious.
He's going to just use small objects, so there'll be 10 small objects.
Okay.
And then he'll command them as a bonus action to attack the gold.
Does it have those things when you cast a spell? Does it show it?
I don't know, so I'll just. That's the wrong one. This one. Cast. No. Cast. Cast.
Okay, it has their bonuses. Their little shits.
Yes.
It
just doesn't have the tokens.
Alright, so here's what we'll do.
I need 10 tiny tokens.
And I'll make the token disposition friendly. And the no, it'll be at 0.5 because I can't make it smaller than that. Oh, that's wrong.
I summoned another one!
Why is... Oh, I accidentally assigned the token, didn't I? Alright. I'll try again.
Oakley dockly.
And we'll make them Lil Baby, but not the rapper. Say 10.
Yes. And then bonus
1,
action.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Need one more.
The eight, nine. What's the AC of the creature?
6 hit, 1's a crit.
6 hits, 1's a. Okay. So I'll do the. It's because I can't be bothered to roll it 6 times. So, 6 times 4 is 24, right?
Yes.
This is 24. So this is without the crit. And then the crit is just a flat 8 damage on top of it.
Alright, so 47 total.
Ding 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 ding.
I just have to check something real quick. Okay, that's unfortunate.
Let me guess, it's immune to non-magical damage.
Unless these were adamantine coins, yes.
Okay, so it's a wasted spell.
But it is surrounded by them at the moment, as there is just this sound of like these sort of tiny coins that sprout little golden arms and legs that just go beating into the fucking horde. The sort of almost like a little band that plays out. But terrible sense of rhythm, incredibly discordant. Bad music, really.
Can you confuse it? Considering it's recently sprung to life, and
Oh
now there's other coins that are also independently sprung to life.
Oh my god, it's back.
Pushing in the other direction.
Hey Elijah,
I know.
Theron's back.
Wow, Terran missed it again.
Yeah.
What's back?
The unicorn.
The unicorn.
Man, I forget our fucking lore sometimes.
There's a lot of it. That's valid.
I mean, the unicorn that got... you rolled the unicorn to summon it again.
Yeah.
The one that we deep sea can crushed.
I mean, more... Yeah.
I thought you were making an analogy. I didn't realize he was just literally showing up.
Yeah.
Let's see, where is he? Within 30 feet of you?
Yeah.
Cool. I can't upload the actual unicorn token. It's not here right now. As you see him as he just shows up, he's looking around, confused, like,
kill the Dolkine monsters! Help!
as he looks at you, as a flash of acknowledgement that crosses his face, you see his brows furrows, like, look who it is! I'll put him on initiative because he's being dragged into combat either way, but
Hey! How's it going? Buddy? Am I gonna be in combat with the unicorn?
At least there's no water. Was that all for your turn?
Yes, that's all for my turn.
Cool. We move over to the Horde Golem. As it is going to, you watch as it begins to whip up into this whirlwind. This massive spray of coins and sort of this loud, almost deafening noise begins to fill the area. It's going to use its Thieving Whirlwind. Um, so its size will increase as it sort of expands outwards. Jung'un, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. As what's up? That's why I said need. Just so you know.
I presume all of my coins are required to do that as well.
I can roll damage for them if you'd like. First.
I mean, they get us dex save.
Yeah, they get a dex save. I don't know how much health they have. That's what I was asking.
20.
You can go ahead.
20.
Actually, wait, this is wrong. It should be.
Plus 4 to all of those numbers.
So that is a failure on you, Jung'un. And you take 37 points of bludgeoning damage. As this mass comes in the area, and I have a question. What is the most for Jung'un? What is the most expensive item you have on you, or visible item?
Item?
Yes. So it'd
That's
be like
more armor.
well, that's not your armor.
Is it being worn or carried, or is it just
armor? It includes your weapons. If your weapon would be the most valuable.
I don't know. It'd be more expensive night collar or like my shovel or shield. Maybe the ring of protection.
Is Kanji visible? The staff?
Probably.
Then he'd get swept right away.
Kanji!
You for a second you hear it like whoop, and it's like almost like the phone being hung up as you lose physical contact with him. And you just see this sort of literal black staff floating all around in that mist. They would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half of them would die. The other half would live of your animated coins.
Yay!
So pick 5 you don't want anymore.
It doesn't make any difference. None of them do damage.
2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it's actually gonna end. It's gonna keep going. It's gonna. How much movement does it have? 40 feet? Yeah, no. I gotta move the thing. So, Kalis, you would watch as this mass comes towards you as well. It'd be coming towards you, Zelthar, Tyrone, and Sid. I can't fucking control. There we go. Yeah, it'll go like right here.
That unicorn is having the worst day.
Oh yeah, no. Actually, I'll just. He fails. So, Dex save at advantage for Kalis, and Dex save for Zelthar as well. And Buddy will also get the Dex save.
Kalis get an attack for opportunity.
You would get a sentinel attack actually as it comes within your range.
Okay,
Well,
so
actually,
order operations. I should do
technically,
that.
I apologize. Technically, you'd get it as it was like right here because this whole thing counts as the creature.
Oh, that whole radius?
Yeah.
I see.
So technically, as it was coming in through there, you would be able to hit it. Can't save the unicorn, but you can save yourselves potentially.
Sure. I just get a normal roll. Do not hit it.
I see. So yeah. It'll roll on up. But Zelthar, what was yours? Zelthar, you pass.
15.
Just failure. Zelthar, you managed to maintain your grip on the bow. It's not snatched out of your hands. However, wait, actually, because you're battle buddies with Sid, you can re-roll one fail. You can re-roll that fail save. He's gonna use his reaction for you to re-roll it.
Okay.
If you would
Probably
like
won't
to.
succeed, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a good try. Cool.
Okay, it's like, oh no, capital.
Oh no, the system, it's winning.
Material wealth. Arg.
But with that, yeah, you will take 37 points of damage to Kalis, half that to Zelthar. I need to roll for Sid. He would fail as well. Nothing you'd have would be the battle axe. And almost all your shit is armor. Everything you have, you're wearing. Oh,
For me?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, the amethyst lodestone would really be it.
Yeah, I'm attuned to it, but I guess I can snatch it away.
Yeah, it's just almost just things that aren't armor. Really, it's either that or Gnarlheart.
Yeah, I have that and
Enough.
beans, and yeah, that's kind of it.
Actually, it would be the beans because the beans are technically more valuable. So you'd watch as the bag of beans gets.
Sparks runs
Don't
and jumps into
gentrify
the
my beans!
the brains.
But yeah, that's its turn. And we move over to Juggernaut. It's your turn now. As you find yourself caught in the middle of this whirlwind. Oh, how much health does the unicorn have? All right, he's good for now. He has 20 HP.
Oh, concerned. When he dies, this goes back to the other realm, right?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
actually died. No, I'm gonna step out of this range to this corner. Wait, do I want to do that? Yeah, I want that. And then I'd like to cast. I go on a stand right here. And cast Cure Mass Wounds.
Oh, awesome.
And it should hit. No, still don't get killless.
You can get everyone.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a 30-foot radius. It's fucking huge.
Right. Cast it. And I probably get that actually must have won. Everyone gets 20 points of healing.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So that is movement action. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Bonus action, I'm going to tell my skeletons to focus fire the one we're fighting.
And what is there to hit bonus? Just because I always remember, so I remember so well. It's what,
plus 6.
plus 6? That means they would need at least blank to hit. How many? There's 12 of them.
Yes, you have an extra on the map.
Yeah. Half of them would hit, so 6 would hit.
Do they all have magical weapons?
They do.
Yes.
Oh, it must be nice.
I spent a lot of money on the skeleton.
Yeah.
Impressive, really.
Yeah.
That's 36 points a game.
And is this towards the north one?
Yeah, the one that's around us.
So, awkwardly enough, as you watch as this hail of arrows goes flying into it, just in this massive whirlwind, there's nothing for it to really catch on because it seems piercing damage is ineffective while it's in this whirlwind type state. Yeah. Even magical, yes. Because you're shooting coins out the air. It's yeah, it's action, bonus action, movement.
Yep.
If that's a rat for you,
Belo's turn.
yeah, it'd be the other one's turn, and you're gonna watch as it.
Belo's turn. There's
Wait.
not gonna be either.
Oh no, yeah, that is. I don't know why she didn't. Oh, because then put her on initiative. That's why. I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna put her at 11. That way she's right after you. Cool. You can go ahead.
Sweet. She's gonna move up and she's gonna slam at this thing. Slam. Attack.
28 will definitely hit.
Sweet.
3 plus 5 plus 4. Where's that fucking coming? What the fuck? Where's she getting a plus 4 from?
That's a good question.
Either way, a 24 still hits.
Okay.
So 7 points of damage on the first attack.
Second attack. 27.
27 will also hit.
17.
And as Lilith goes laying into this, you watch as there's just this chunks of like sort of clay covered gold like flying throughout the air, not strong enough to be maintained in the whirlwind, and just like flying and splattering against the wall. As she's beginning to lessen the horde. And yeah, that is Ola's turn.
Yep.
And go over to the other horde golem. It's gonna hit the closest things to it, and that is gonna be Lilith and the skeletons. And you watch as this pile of gold shifts forward, the first mass it sees. And see, here's the thing, man. Your skeletons look so fucking pretty and expensive, literally silver plated, gold's all like they're kind of perfect. So you'll be picking bones out of this horde, and it's going to use one attack on Lilith. Actually, no, it's going to make both attacks for the skeletons. It has no reason to go for Lilith. That's only a 14 to hit one of them. Does that miss?
Yeah, there's DC 16.
That's it. Right, well, the second attack will be a 28 instead.
That would be.
That'll be 34 points of damage. As
Christ.
yes,
That definitely kills it outright, right?
I
think it's 39, but
yeah, so not quite. You watch as it slams down on one of the skeletons. It's almost as if it's like trying to break off pieces to add to the horde, or break off pieces of bones to add to the horde. That's actions. Chaos, it's your turn.
Right, okay.
Yeah, Sid's right after you. That's what you're asking about.
Yeah. I'm just gonna... I always overthink my turns, but I am playing a barbarian, so I guess I'll just move this way a little bit and then rage.
Gotcha.
Which I roll through something that's gonna screw everything up. Uh-huh. Okay. I do wonder if that affects them at all.
What's
Because
up?
it's the draining option.
It does affect constructs. Or if it didn't, it would exclusively say it. So
Okay, it doesn't reach that one, but this one will
con save?
yeah, it has to make a constitution save against necrotic damage. If it takes that at all.
So it fails on a 13.
Yeah, so I rolled an 8 on the d12. So it would take 8 necrotic damage. and I will gain 1 temporary hit point.
Awesome.
Excellent. Let me just add that 1 temporary hit point real quick, just so we can all stop what we're doing, so I can add 1 hit point to myself. Yeah. And then I'll it doesn't have any like thralls to it, does it?
What do you mean?
Besides the 2 gold elementals, those are the only 2 active animated pieces of
Yeah.
the environment. Okay, so I'll just hit him. I'll use reckless. I'll use a reckless attack and take a great weapon master swing. Advantage, so that's not too bad.
Definitely hits.
And yeah, why not? I'll just do that.
Alrighty. Oh, that's a damage roll, not an attack roll. Okay. Yeah,
25 to hit, 28 to.
yeah, as you go forth, you watch as you tear through this chunk. You watch as gold coins go flying throughout the air outside of like this whirling mass as you just begin swinging back and forth, carving away at this thing from the inside.
Yeah, and I'll just do that again. Why not? I'll just do like a big revolving. Cool.
Yeah, go and do it too.
Big revolving swing using the sort of like momentum of the first swing to like come back around in a second arc. And hurt him.
Another 26. Yeah, no, you're definitely fucking doing that. Almost going in like one of those like fucking like whirlwind heavy attacks. Like using your own spin to just sort of counteract the one's going on over here, and it is
Just
very
a mess
effective.
around Kalis of all the like glittering coins being shed through the air. But yeah, no, I can't do Brynhild in the first turn because I raged. So I'll throw the teddy bear at it. That's my turn.
Cool.
Metaphorically.
So, as you do so, you watch as within this mess of things, you hear this roar from above you as Sid also rages. A feeling familiar to yourself. And he has no axe, just to be clear. It got taken away in the storm.
Oh,
Um,
sad. I mean, I have weapons on me, on my back.
You know what? Actually, I think that'd be hilarious. That's a very great point.
I have the javelin of lightning.
Make him into a beast barbarian. Let him have claws.
I'm absolutely not giving him Brynhild to get to use as a weapon.
Fucking throw Brynhild around.
She's mine.
You watch as he just goes sort of like you see him like jump up for a second to go for like as if he's going to like hit something. But the whirlwind, like the wind, like catches him as he's not an object technically. He's a creature, but he's not very big. He's just gonna make reckless attacks towards the swarm.
He can have the javelin of lightning if he so wishes.
Cool. He'll take it right off your back as he's as he jumps up. So that is a 15. So that'd be a 22 to hit. So that would definitely hit. And the javelin is piercing damage though. That's fucked up.
Yeah, javelins do be piercing.
So he's going to attempt sort of swinging and stabbing it when he can. Eventually does try to just sort of like baseball bat it. It's not super effective with that. But he's definitely doing he's doing his part. And she would have hit both times too. That's just unfortunate that he lost his weapon. But with that, yeah, range, action, movement. We'll move like over here as he sort of hops off.
I mean, you don't have to tune to the javelin of lightning if you wanna throw it. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been the first reaction though. I think if he took a javelin off your back, he probably would just stab with the javelin. Oh wait, I didn't have this. Um, top initiative. We are back over at Zelthar as you find yourself whipping up in this sort of torrent and like flurry of gold coins, sort of making sure to keep your face covered as to not find it black and blue at the day's end. But yeah, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of there.
Is you leave its attack range, it's going to swing at you with an opportunity attack. Kalis, you
It
get your
has
sentinel attack.
disadvantage.
Ah, it does because you have that. What's it called?
Escape the horde.
If it attacks Zelthar, I will attack it
Yeah, it definitely is.
with
So,
like reverse sentinel
yeah,
situation.
so it will miss because that's a disadvantage.
Ye-
So as you manage to just slip out the way, as you hear the sound of gold coins crashing down on the space in which you just were, 20 will hit.
Nice.
Wow.
Go
It's
ahead.
actually Kayla's turn. I'm just kidding.
Sorry. I'm done.
No,
I'm done.
please do damage to it. That's all.
Yeah, you will have been able to.
Oh, that's right. It can't take piercing. Shit. Oh my god. Good luck.
It's okay. It's Hunter's Mark. Maybe that'll help. But I'm just gonna go by Sparks over here, and I'm gonna do the 1-2. Very simple.
Run in and stab it.
I'm good. That's also piercing.
Yeah, really.
I mean, the Hunter's Mark damage is also piercing, because...
I mean, you could just shoot at the other one.
Oh, it is. You're right. The other one. Does 28-30 hit? Why am I asking that?
I'd grab you through the go screen. I swear to God.
No.
27 points of damage.
Wow. That was a
30
tease.
points, 34, 30 points. And I'm assuming you're moving your Hunter's Mark with your bonus action, if that's the case.
Moving my
have to-
Hunter's Mark.
Because you were attacking the other one, right? Because that one is the top
Because
one.
if you attack this one, you can't hurt it.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh,
This is the one that's immune to piercing damage. You would have saw that because it was unaffected by any of the arrows that Jung and Skeleton shot.
Okay, yeah, I would move it to the other one.
All right. I just wanted to make sure. That's action, bonus action, movement. You happy where you at?
Yeah.
All right,
For now.
awesome. All right, let's see if we can fix that. It is the unicorn's turn.
Did you heal unicorn on my 20? Because I want.
I did. So he's at 47 right now. No, it'd just be flat 40. Just for the sake of it, I'm gonna roll. If it's like a 5 or lower, I'll say he doesn't. Yeah, no. Unicorns have this really cool ability, once a day, where they can just teleport.
Is he leaving?
Yes, he's leaving. He says, this. He looks at you. You see his face through the storm, just like getting pelted. And he's like, "Why do you keep doing this to me?"
I don't mean to!
And with a puff of, just like with like a small wisp of mist that gets sort of blown away in the flurry of coins, he's gone.
Yeah, but why would he want to go into the Shadowfell? Is that really better than here? He can go 5 miles.
No, it's teleport. He's technically still on this plane, but he'll go back whenever you're done, or whenever this whenever this shit is done, and within a minute.
Should have sworn unicorn dead. Teleport.
What's up?
I always thought the teleport was short distance.
No, it's just the normal teleport. Remember correctly?
No. It's once per day. It can go up to a mile away.
Oh yeah, no, it's still leaving.
Yeah, that's fair. I just, it can't go that far. It's gonna get eaten in the wild. Maybe.
So
unicorns.
yeah, he's gone because he's smart. As you see him wisp off into the distance, it is your turn, Sparks. Or into the nether.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Hold Monster at 6th level on both creatures, and I'm gonna use 3 sorcery points to give them disadvantage.
Ooh. I just want to check something real quick.
Go on, fuck me over again, I dare you.
Make me an Arcana, or make me a check using. It had to be an Arcana check, I'd say.
Use my Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage.
25. You would know that you're essentially trying to hold a swarm, and would not be particularly effective. Because it is not like.
Hold Monster a swarm, though.
No, you can't, because you can't paralyze a swarm.
Why does everything that I do nothing?
Yeah, at least I didn't say you cast a spell and you lost it.
Why have you picked a monster that is immune to everything that I can do?
It was 2 things so far.
Ah!
It really is. It's unfortunate.
All of my good things are shit.
You know, you have so many good things. You got stuff.
All of my high level spells useless. Ah! Sad. I have to actually think about.
Oh my god, a spellcaster having to fucking think.
Yeah, but I planned my turn in advance, and then it doesn't work, so I'm like, "Egg."
Fucking thinkers.
Aruga. Hmm. Just looking at, like, specifically, like, what the spells do now. To see if I can figure out in my brain if they would actually be useful in a fucking... what am I saying? I'm probably Realm Psychic Lang isn't going to work because constructs don't take fucking damage. Psychic damage, more than likely. Arg. Arg. Which one looks more fucked?
The one that's like right in front of y'all, because y'all been wailing the shit on this out of this thing. Even through the resistances that it has, mostly Caleb's just being able to. It's kind of like when you guys fought that one big skeleton thing way back when, where once you put him in a space where he can't miss, bad things happen to creatures.
Okay. How much damage have we done to it overall, guys? Would you, if you put it in a...
It's probably over like 150.
Okay. And it definitely looks bloodied, right?
As much as coins can be. I'd say the swarm is definitely much weaker, or like
Right.
or thinned out much more than the other one.
Okay, and Sparks is sick and tired of not doing anything, so he's gonna try and do something big. And I'm still gonna use that 6th level spell slot.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Disintegrate on it.
And
I'm
I
going to
see.
use 3 sorcery points to give you disadvantage.
Alrighty. What the fuck? So it will be a straight roll for this boy, and it is only has a +2.
He has advantage on his saving throws.
Yes, you guys are at that level where magical creatures or magical created objects. Wow.
Hey, look, I'm going to use a reaction to reduce its saving throw by 1d4. Then, 1d3. I put the wrong dice, but suffice to say, my spellcasting modifier is 20, so I just needed it to reduce it by any number.
Okay.
So it failed.
I felt bad. I thought your DC was 18, and I felt so fucking bad.
Pretty sure my DC is 20. But
'Cause
I
you
will
have the
put the
blood
spell
wall,
out,
yeah.
and then I'll yeah. That one. Yeah, 20. There you go.
And you watch as you hit the first sort of coin in it, almost like spreading across like these webs. There is just this massive dust that begins to fill the area as this cloud of gold just begins to become like a cloud of just nothing. And this almost like smoke begins to fill the air. And there's essentially just like the clattering of a few objects. You see Kanji hit the ground. Near like it'd be actually relatively close, like a little like 10 feet away from you to the south Jungan. And then you see a little battle axe that Sid had. He appears well.
And then as a bonus, I'm gonna use 2 sorcery points, and as a bonus action, cast Fireball on me. And I'm gonna use my Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage on it. By the power of death.
Wow.
The wild sorcerer thing is I get max damage on my next spell.
Oh, cool.
24 to hit.
Definitely hits. So
30
30
points of
damage.
damage. Yeah.
30 points of fire damage as you watch as you just sear this hole right through it. You can see through the other side in this massive golem. As fire, very effective. Melts the shit out of it. I won't say it's like vulnerable to it at all. But way more than the arrows were doing a second ago.
Oakley dockily.
Really.
That is my turn.
With that, we move over to... That's the dead bitch. Jigen, it's your turn. Ethan, are you muted? I see. I didn't even have my camera pulled up. I just knew when I saw your token moving.
Sorry, I didn't mean to move that far. When Zeldar talk, it moved my screen over. And it's like awkward. I move about here. Alright, that's close enough.
Yeah.
A bit closer. Okay. I'll move all the way. I'll use my 6 move to get here. And I like to cast Flame Strike.
Oh. Yeah, that's is that a deck save?
Yeah.
Or con save. Cool.
Give me a second to look like in your sheet.
Should be an advantage. That's a 17, so I believe that fails. It's rolling high, damn. Yeah, DC 18. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fantastic.
Gotta love 5th level cleric fireball.
So yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Damage.
So
Let's
they
go.
would have.
30.
Should need to move them. 33 points of damage. As that whole area of the floor becomes covered in molten metal, kind of complementing your skeletons, really. That really is just 5th level. I mean, it's.
Give them like Gucci boots, like shiny golden booties.
Hey, like dip it in there a little bit
for their skeletal phalanges.
It's like those spray-on like shoes they had in Cloud with a Chance of Meatballs, except for the skeletons. It's just like this massive like gold club foot. But yeah, no, it takes the full damage, and you watch as now that you guys are all able to focus on it, this horde is also beginning to thin out fairly quickly, and that will be over to Lilith's turn. Oh, your skeletons actually, if you like to shoot.
Yes, they will attack this one.
Half will hit.
Half will hit. Blam. 41 points of piercing damage.
Holy shit.
Magical beat.
Alright, and go ahead with Lilith.
Lilith's gonna smash. Attack.
20. Oh, it'd be a 23. 23 will still hit. Is that your spellcasting modifier? Is that what it's doing? No, it's plus 5 for you.
20 points of that.
Oh shit.
20.
23 will hit.
Or 19.
19 will still hit.
Okay. And additional 12 points of damage.
12.
Slashing.
And you watch as, with your full attention on it now, there is a scout of flame that flies up into the air, covering the area in sort of divine radiant energy, this flash of light. And as soon as it disappears, there's this volley of arrows that goes flying into the central mass of the golem that is still there. As that begins to wither away at it, and then Lilith just leaps inside of it, swinging and tearing away, as these chunks of coins go flying all throughout the area. That was a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. It is deceased.
Yay. Good job, guys. We did it. We need to figure out what to do with this heart, though, because yeah, this might happen again.
We have successfully unalived them again.
Yay.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But as you guys have that second to breathe, Sid just goes, "See what I mean? Imagine if we were in a big city or something like that. That'd be trouble."
Be honest.
And you're
she's
sure?
not-
Good.
I know Taryn's not here, but she has a pocket dimension, right? That's something she does have.
I double check her character sheet. I'm pretty sure does she have a portable hole? Is that what she has? Does somebody have that, or am I thinking of a different thing? Let me check her shit. I know she was able to do the wrist pocket thing for a bit. I don't know. She what? Boots of Fate. She didn't have a pocket dimension. She had a kidnapping spell.
Okay, never mind that.
Yes, that makes sense.
What was exactly a pocket dimension?
Sorry, I remember what we were talking about a while ago, but I guess I did not know what was going on because Taryn's very secretive.
Yeah, we know. And also, it seems that during that whole once that combat broke out, the Moth Mother had decided to not participate. She had stepped away from all that.
Makes sense. So yeah, why don't we? Is there like some sort of abbreviated manner in which we can collect all of the loot, all of the coins?
I mean, yeah, if you guys you literally have a walking labor force at all times, due to Jugun.
Put it in the bag.
Like there'll probably be a few minutes where Sid's bitching about it, like, "Hey guys, okay, all right, sure, we can click the gold," but then eventually he'll give up about it.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's annoy Sid.
And
so one of people kanji and say, "I'm sorry for dropping them."
and he goes, "What? I was asleep. What's okay? Are you okay? What happened? Or you can explain later. It's fine. You seem busy."
The sad truth about Kanji is he's like our fourth highest priority sentient party member.
Yeah.
Companion situation.
I mean, it's not really a way to really solve Kanji's problem directly, He's the guy's he's an ancient object that got lost in the middle of the ocean. You're not gonna find his captain.
I mean, we got like.
We can put him next to the heart, and he can become like alive
So
and legs and run off.
as you go out collecting all this sort of the masses of gold gold, jewels, all that type of shit that has been stored up in here for a very considerable amount of time. A literal dragon's hoard. And what does you as you do so? Like, what's the escape plan here? That's my question.
Do we need an escape plan? Can we just leave?
I mean, like, how are you leaving the Shadowfell? Are you going back the way you came? Are you gonna go back to the forest?
Did Jugun use her only 7th level spell for today?
No, I still have my 7th spell.
When are we gonna level up?
All right, so I think 7th level spell. That's the only way we have to get back. So we can
There's a
just do
portal
that.
back where we came.
I mean,
I thought you cast
technically,
plane shift to get us here to the
No.
No,
middle.
we
No.
went through a portal, and the portal's still
We came
technically
through a
there.
portal.
Right, the invitation has a portal attached to it.
Yeah.
That's right. If
I
you plane
mean,
shift though, could you target us somewhere in the material plane that we wanted to go? Because that could make us this
Yeah.
a lot more expeditious.
Yeah, you could
Expedient.
could specify like a general destination, so you could be like, oh, I want to go to Revedia, or I want to go to Granite Den, or I want to go to yeah. You could specify like a general place. You couldn't be like at like in my bed, but like you could at the very least get to the city or somewhere in the city.
I mean, you can if you can get us to the material plane, I can get us anywhere else because I can teleport us.
Okay. Well, I want to go to Reveed. Click my heels, turn around 3 times.
So wait,
While we're all standing.
what's the plan?
Yeah, we should. If we're gonna send this to a city, we should probably figure something out.
Thought he said don't
Also-
send it to a city.
Yeah,
Specifically,
that was me
don't
giving you
do
an
that.
example, just to be clear, not an
Yeah,
instruction.
we don't want to go to a city to start off with the heart.
You could
we
go
wanna
to
go
the Moving
probably-
Wilds. That's an option. as
Yeah.
I
well.
guess that portal would take us right back where we were intending on putting it. Because, like, okay,
Yeah.
my idea is to just stick it where the dragons were to fill the power vacuum that they left. Any other suggestions of what we could do with this thing?
I want to keep it.
That's a terrible idea.
Isn't it very large? I feel like it's like a very large orb.
No,
right?
it's about the size of it's like the size of like a soccer ball.
Oh, it's like
But
portable.
yeah, it's like it's a beating heart the size of a soccer ball, but it's
Yeah,
carryable.
but either way, it's
I thought
a
you were
bad
talking about,
idea
like-
because if everything around us is going to come to life, then we're going to be fighting stuff forever.
I wasn't condoning. I was explaining. That's all.
I
thought
know.
you were-
I was
I was
arguing
envisioning
against
like
Dragon's idea.
like the heart of Castle Ravenloft, you know, like that kind of a thing.
No,
I
he
think I
said a
had the
soccer
wrong
ball
mental
at the
image.
start.
All right, I
So-
grabbed the soccer
somewhere.
ball. Let's go.
Okay. Are you going to try and make your way back up to the tower, or are you taking Jungham's exit? That's my question.
I can tell. Wait, how many? Well, actually, the issue that we have at the moment is that plane shift can only teleport so many people.
8 people.
You can put your skeletons
Yeah.
in a bag. Everyone else will be fine.
Okay, just making
Let's
sure.
go.
So, question: what about is there any difference in plane shifting in and out of the Feywild versus taking the portal in and out of the Feywild and the time dilation element?
We're not in the Feywild.
Oh, Shadowfell. That's right. It's the depression effect.
Can we say
Yeah.
goodbye to our host before we do this?
Nah.
As you asked it, it's like fuck that guy. He kidnapped me.
It's abducting me. Right?
Semantics. Also, at no
I wanna
point.
pet him, yeah.
Oh, follow up question. Did anyone grab the dagger that you released, that Kalos released?
Yeah.
If not, he would have. I'm just asking to make sure.
Yeah, I picked up the
Yeah.
dagger.
Oh yeah, okay. So I just want to make sure somebody has it.
Where's Althar have the dagger? Someone's got the dagger.
He'd fucking stop that. As he's just trying to fucking duck your hand. Whatever. Let's fuck that guy. That guy's an asshole, and he's crazy.
Let's go
Don't
back.
fuck with crazy people. Didn't you have parents?
Thank you for your assistance, Cape. We're gonna leave.
As she's as we enter the room at some point, you didn't hear her walk in or anything, or really notice her. But she says, well, it was a pleasure to have you. Now that he's sort of fulfilled what he believes is his deal, it would be best if you would leave this place expeditiously. Now that he's given you your things.
And
Let's go.
question: this crypt, this vault we're in, there's no extra like doors down here.
For this area, no, this is everything that was contained.
All right.
Yeah. Oh,
Right, Jugend,
I guess if you were talking about doors, she would have mentioned. Oh, the doors earlier is where what's it called? We have people who, it was where like caretakers would stay who watch over the area. That's all.
Oh, cool. They get to say in the chilly basement.
It's okay.
Let's
They
go.
get they get to look at the moonlight. But yeah, I guess with that, skibby bee bum bop bop. Cause
Farewell.
you guys can just do that now. You guys can just plane
Yeah.
shift anywhere at any time. Once a day.
Let's leave the depression zone. Yeah.
You make your way back towards the Moving Wilds. I'm assuming you're taking the shortest route back to the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get there with relatively no hassle whatsoever. There is this very strange feeling in the air, especially since the presence of everything being gone. The solstice had only passed just yesterday, but there is this sort of like there's this stillness in the woods, and there is the thing that stands out the most to you, Kalis, is the lack of chaos. Given the events of the solstice, the forest should probably be in a much messier state than it is right now, and it just isn't. And that's just something you kind of pick up on as you're making your way out of here, or making your way back towards the pond.
Yeah, it's sort of lacking a certain spark of life to it.
And, well, not even that, because in the previous like solstices you've experienced, they have been like some of them have been like incredibly like violent events.
Yeah.
Even against like other like faithful against other faithful. You don't see anything resembling that or any traces of it remaining if it did happen. That's just something that's like stands out very strongly to you. I just figured you would notice because you probably got a little trauma around that specific topic. Well, probably you do. But you make your way back to the lake. And you see the pond. The water level much lower than it was before, given the fact that there are no dragons in it anymore. And there lies in front of you, and it's like, oh god, that was a long walk, but it's good to be back here. He just stretches out for a minute.
Sid, could you tell us the history of this heart?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of testing you just to see if you actually knew how to get here. That's why I didn't say anything. So I'm gonna believe most of what you've said up to this point. But I can do that. As
Yay.
he makes his way over, and you just watch as he pushes himself up, sitting on one of the rocks by the edge of the pool. I go, well, the history of it, I can't give you a lot of details about it because everything I know is stuff that I knew from Civis, and she was not super talkative. Curious about things, but not the most talkative. From what I gathered from the things that she would say in their sort of like, I don't know, self talk, is that it was something that Aaron Zastari made a long time ago, longer than I could even fathom. She said for them it was I'm trying to think the best way to describe it. She said she didn't need it. She was talking about how she didn't need it anymore, but at a time it was like a key to their heart. Because dragons are weird, I guess. I guess they're a weird type of dragons. You know how dragons get old and they get stronger. Well, when you're a weird dragon like those two, you don't get that way just by being old. You gotta do some special magicy stuff. And that was something that I guess they had created from some sort of primordial magic. The details of which elude me, but basically it allowed them to become great worms, greater. if that makes sense. And I knew they were dependent on it for a while, and then eventually they grew big enough where they didn't need it anymore. It's like kind of a, it's like when someone's like pumping your chest when your heart stops. And eventually, once it picks back up, they can stop. And I guess this was just a thing that they didn't need anymore. I wouldn't know
It
much about
allowed
the heart
them
stuff.
to endure past death.
Now, more than that, they evolved. They became something different. And they're like, I don't know if you've seen. I've only seen 3 dragons, those two included, but they're not like a normal dragon. They don't just make them like that. They they did something that they've never spoken about to become like that. And I just know that this is what was one of the big pieces to it.
DM, I'd like to roll for lore, to just check, because in this universe, dragons are still mortal, right? And there's like Draco liches and all that
Yes.
kind of thing.
Yeah, you would have to roll for that. Like dragons are mortal creatures. They have long lifespans, but
Because the
I
whole
mean,
idea
the
of a lich is like trying to subvert or avoid death.
great worms are immortal, aren't they? Though, but like to become a great worm, it's insanely hard,
yeah,
right?
it makes lichdom look like child's play. Yeah,
Yeah, so they're like, this is something they did to themselves, some sort of. And is the nature like, can if I detect magic on it, can I get a vibe from the wild heart? Is it like clearly a fey artifact?
no,
Like, is it made of fey magic?
it's not fey magic. It it feels much older. Like it feels like primordial. Like I'm like as close as you could get to like raw like magical energy. Yeah, if you're detecting magic from it, you wouldn't get fey energy from it because the fey energy is more like a separation, like a reflection of the material plane, and it was something that is made of something that was from before the material plane.
Hmm.
Or dragon voodoo.
Ethan, you're muted. You said something. Oh, sorry. Good.
I nothing. It's not important. I just get woof.
Um, for like visual reference, is this heart? Does it look like a human heart, or does it look like an animal's? Like, it does it look different?
It looks more animalistic. It doesn't look like a human heart.
Interesting.
Is it definitely made of flesh, or like it was to expect? Like, does it look like it's made out of some sort of, you know, something else? Because when you said primordial creatures are often, elemental in nature, and I was wondering if like it had like the elemental vibe to it, perhaps, or at least when someone says primordial, my head goes to
Maybe
elemental.
maybe primeval's a better word for it.
Okay.
Because when I'm using primordial, I'm not using it. I'm using it in more like the sense of like the beginning, like fucking Genesis type shit. Not necessarily like isn't like a first creation. Not necessarily as in like elemental. So maybe like
Mm-hmm.
primeval's a better word for it. But from what you can, it very much seems to be like flesh. From everything you can tell about it, and even upon I wouldn't even make you roll for it. Even upon investigation, you'd be able to find that as well.
But like, what type of flesh?
I mean, it's like yeah, I don't know. Make me a medicine check, sure, if
Oh
you'd like.
no, a wisdom-based check. I didn't ask for this. Anyway,
Meat flesh.
meat flesh.
So Sid, they're gonna stay here with the heart.
Uh oh, that's not it. Oh, well, I was. kind of watching over it. Uh, I'm gonna be honest. I don't. Now that I've had a bit of a check, I was really, if I'm being honest, I was an alarm bell in case something bad happened, and that didn't go well. I was just supposed to yell and try and get Civis's attention to take care of it. I could, but I don't know how effective it would be.
Well, if you
Jeff-
want to say hi to your old master, the dragons flew that away. Kalis points.
He looks. All right. You wouldn't happen to know anybody who would want to? Is it you know anybody responsible? No, you guys, you don't. You know responsible people. Like, do you know any?
We're responsible
Yes.
people.
No, Kev, no. Like he means like someone that wants to stay here and guard the artifact forevermore, and we're restless.
It's not even like a forevermore type thing. It's just it's a complicated situation. I'd have to find somebody. I'm sure there's people out there. That or figure out. Man, I was never made for this type of stuff. This is too much thinking.
We could always beseech the gods for aid.
And he like scoffs that. All right, fella. Calm
Hey,
down.
look, I'm trying this new thing.
Okay, well.
Mistra's been helpful.
Hey, sorry, am I interrupting?
More?
So when dragons flew off, we asked a boon of them. The boon Kalis asked was to heal the Ents who had stood in defense of this grove. And then she did the whole thing of like burying and reincarnating them. Did she bury them in her pond or are they somewhere else?
No, actually, I totally forgot about that. I apologize. It was like in the actual pond area. So you guys would be like
Yeah,
among
so it wouldn't be a pond now. It's like
yeah.
a
Oh.
mass grave. But
Well, no, it would be a pond, but like
Ooh.
thickety pond.
Would
wouldn't
you
it?
explain
Like,
that
look
to
down-
Sid at all, by the way? That happened?
We're doing that right now.
Yeah, okay. As he would look back,
we fade to black and explain.
and then he looks at the heart. Oh. This should only take a couple hours. I think.
Hmm?
Oh, use
That-
the heart to heal the ants.
It'll do it itself. Just
And then, like, we could just ask the ants to be like, hey, could you look after this?
We might be back for it later.
God shit. Yeah, you asked the correct thing of them. Huh.
I mean, unless we have a really good reason to move this, I think it might be best residing within the Fey touched realms
Yeah.
of our plane.
As much as it can be. The Fae are fickle, but they have rules. They wouldn't just mess with it really. He's an exception. And now that there's no reason for him to want it back, then it should be safe from him. Considering not something Savas cares about anymore. That guy's fucking weird. But yeah, no, if that's the case, then it shouldn't be too long. We can have the Ents awaken early. And it's what they were kind of doing before ish.
This is an unheard of speed for an Ents awakening. That's a few centuries faster than I'd anticipated.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. You get to see it in your lifetime. It's most people never will. It's a cool thing. I guess we'll wait. This is the part where you guys like sing a song or something. Got a bard? I know sometimes groups of guys like y'all have bards. Have like a lute.
No, our group hates music.
I have a flute.
Can't stand it.
Oh, you guys
None of
suck.
us.
Okay, this
Oh,
I'm
my
going to-
walking mariachi band of skeletons.
Do you know any bards? I'll kill them if I meet them. We will
Sparks
not suffer a
quickly put
bard to
away
live.
his flute.
Oh, well, shit. Well, never mind. I guess we won't play anything. Well, I guess, I don't know. I'm gonna go sit in another rock not so close to you guys. I don't want to be, like, awkward just sitting here waiting for trees.
Well, isn't it like awkward to sit alone by yourself? We could like talk with our mouths.
What are we gonna? Oh, what do we even have to talk about? And I'm like a bear.
Well, yeah, I'm just interested in things. I'm curious, you could say.
And he like gives you like a look when you say curious like that. It's like, okay. What does curious mean to you?
It means I like to know things.
Okay,
That's
so it means the definition of curious to you. All right.
Yeah.
He's bard curious.
I mean, what did you think I mean? I literally said the word curious. What?
Yeah, okay. Are you gonna look at rocks or something or mushrooms?
Oh no, I mean I'm interested. Eddie Bear, how did you come to be?
Magic stuff's weird. A lot of weird magic stuff happens, especially out here.
You see sparks deflate like.
Stop! Don't do that. Make me fucking feel just like him. Make me feel bad. I got lost in the woods.
Me too.
Long story
And
short,
Kalis did too.
it's a long
Seems to be
story.
able to-
I
But we've got 3 hours, so we've got time for stories.
make me a persuasion check. This is more of a degrees of success thing than it is a pass fail thing.
Okay.
'Cause
well,
He's warmed up to you. He at least thinks you're competent, but it's a personal story.
I'm gonna use my Times of Chaos to give myself advantage, and then persuasion, that one. Hubba!
Ugh. So, as he's not the first person to share his story, I will say that. Izzy waits for everyone to go around for a second, and you watch as he warms up. It's like, well, I don't know. Some time ago, I had this kid, like not like my child, but they're like I was like his thing. I didn't talk or anything. I was just a toy. I don't even know how I knew anything back then because I wasn't anything. I was just the same as he just like picks up like a rock, and you don't know how he has no fingers to pick up the rock. He just touches it and it kind of comes up, with his hand.
So you actually were a stuffed doll. You're not a soul trapped in the form of one.
I don't know. I don't really know. But I was with my kid. He got in an accident or something. I can't. All the details get really foggy, but I remember he was in the woods for a long time, and I guess he was running from something. He got caught, got scared. I don't know. Something. Ever since. I don't remember a lot of the stuff from before I was a thing very well.
That's understandable.
And he just went on without me. He dropped me while he was running. And then I remember just missing him. And then I didn't realize I was missing the point where I was looking for him. And then I realized that I was looking for him, and that was a new thing because before I kind of just got dragged around places. I went around here, there, moving wilds, Feywilds. Never really left this area just because I thought I'd find him out here. Things are weird. You never know. I'm past that. Whatever it is, it's gone now. But
Okay. Can you remember the name of the child?
I've tried to a few times. I try to a lot. It's one of those things that doesn't come to me for some reason.
Can you remember what the child used to call you? Because you
I
would have had a name.
Yeah, he called me Sid. He called me I was his dad was a caretaker, big animal guy, livestock, all those types of things. I had like a little farm, and they had like a dog. They also like to be called Sid. He wasn't a smart kid, so he kind of thought I looked like a dog.
Fuck.
um,
Actual child energy.
that's where I got that from. I know that. But it's just one of those things that some things are there, some things aren't there. But I went around for a bit, and I found other people and got lost. Tried to help them find the people they lost. Some of them did, some of them didn't. A lot of people come in here don't leave, and it's not always because they get trapped. Some of them just kind of croak. But that's when I started being able to do weird stuff, I guess you could call it. I picked up on old tricks. Um, that was the thing from earlier, as he sort of looks over you, Kalis. Something about, I guess, wanting to be around other people kind of makes me like him a little bit. And I can do other things, but a lot of people, that's the affectionate name that I was. That's I didn't want. I just though I picked up Battle Buddy from another person. I haven't thought of another name for it. I'm workshopping something. It's kind of, I get it. It's kind of weird, but like
It's not bad.
it's an alliteration. I like it. I mean, I don't like it. It's just
It also sort of suits the vibe of the teddy bear feel. Battle
And it's not
buddies.
too much of a bardish prose that we don't have to kill you for it. So
I don't know why you have so. What's wrong with bards? I've never realized you hate bards.
we've talked about this. They can't be suffered to live. But I like Battle Buddy too. That's clever.
yeah, and went around, helped a lot of folks, and I guess I was with one group of people. They got done in real bad, real bad. Um, Ended up splitting up, stuck with one of them. What was his name? Perrin, I think. He was a good kid. Perrin was a good kid. He didn't last much longer than the other ones though. Once we got away, if it helps you, any kind of like with like trying to like put on like a grim smile, like he was a bard, looking towards Kalis.
He was probably just a dead child, I assume.
No, he was like he was like an actual adventure, and coming to the moving
Oh,
wilds. That's why I picked up all this stuff. It wasn't just children. Um, but eventually I was just wandering. I don't even know how I got there, but I stumbled upon all like the roses. I followed them. I felt something like pulling me in that direction, and then that's why I encountered Civis awake. Very confused to see me. I thought she was going to turn me into ash, and she didn't. I don't know why still. She was curious enough about me that she made me stay around, go watch her stuff, added me to the collection. I think she just liked that I was fuzzy. But yeah, it's not a grandiose story, but there you go. Curiosity satiated.
um, almost. How many times has Civis woke since you were added to her collection and you first met her?
I'm trying to remember how many years. How often does the solstice happen? Is it a yearly? Wait, no,
It's 2 times a year.
twice.
2 equinoxes, 2 solstices a year.
You have December solstice and the winter solstice.
Yeah, and the summer solstice is the spooky one. That's where bad things happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. It's hard to really see a lot of the tree stuff. I remember I remember the woods. I remember that sometimes it got really fucked up in here. Maybe. It's been at least more than 20 something. No, because, yeah, he came back. He was a kid when I saw him. Then when he came back, he had a kid by then. I know what years are, by the way. You could ask me that. 15 plus, 20 maybe. I don't know. As I said, time's foggy, going in and out of the Feywild. Sometimes it gets weird and changes. I couldn't. That's the best I can give you.
That's good enough.
Yeah. I have to say I wasn't the only one who wandered into the woods and got really weird. Solidarity or something. I don't know.
Sounds like you're
DM,
improved.
Yes, I know that guy.
do I have any like inkling of familiarity in my memory of Sid? Do I recognize him at all? Or does he have
Yeah,
like
also,
have a familiar vibe at all?
that's where I first jumped. I was like, "Ooh, is it careless? No, maybe, possibly."
The more you've been looking at him throughout, like, this whole time, I don't. What's the best word to put it up with? You feel like I will say there is like a bit of like, how have I not heard about this little guy? He's been around the forest all this fucking time, like, and I haven't heard anything. Um, and you can't shake why. You can't. You don't know anything about him, but there is like this sort of like vague like familiarity about him. Like you had to have maybe like seen him at some point, maybe in the woods, or maybe you overheard someone mention something about a stuffed teddy bear going around with people. But there is like a small something. You just can't figure out what it is. It's like it's almost like it's like on the tip of your tongue. Oh, what the fuck?
You found your battle buddy, Kalis.
Yeah, that's my thing. Do it with anybody as well. If I wanted to, I could spark it up. I could do a little sacrilegious stuff. It's not a lot, and I'm obviously not going to be as good at it as you guys are. But it's the thing. Uh, and as you guys are shifting, you notice that kind of placing the heart in like the middle, like the pond like area, it's actually calmed down quite a lot. There isn't like this sort of like more like erratic, like aggressive like rhythm to it. It's more just like this steady beat. It's like just flowing throughout the area, and almost like it feels like sort of revitalizing to you guys as well. Just like being around it, there's this sort of like calming effect. Um, and just mid conversation, you notice stirring begin to happening within the trees, and over the course of the last couple hours, the trees which have mostly like were at the start of this conversation were like just sprouts. Some of them have reached are they're going at like rapid rates. Like some of them are like 7, 8 feet tall. Other ones like 10, 12. Like this area specifically is at least the ones directly like around it are growing very very quickly.
All right.
And
I wanted to do something with the heart. I'm not sure when this is happening in time, but like,
yeah, you got time. You have hours to kill.
Yeah, basically I just wanted to go to like the middle of like the filled pond where the sort of all the dead and dying trees were buried. And just sort of like sort of dig out a little pocket in the earth in the ground and just sort of like pretty deep, and just set the wild heart down into it,
Mhm.
just like connected to the earth. And I wanted to touch it and just like hold my hand on it and just see if it gives me any bad effects.
Any bad effects? So luckily, you have a normal constitution. Um, let me double check. Oh, that's weird. Is that uh so as you do so, and holding it for like an extended period of time, like the thorns would begin to sort of dig into you, but it doesn't hurt. As I said before, it's this very like sort of warm, like cathartic feeling as it begins to fill your body. And there is like this sort of growing intensity, like now that you're actually interacting with it than it was when it was just passive. Um the first thing that would happen is that over time, like any like wounds would begin. So like if you were to like stay here for like a couple minutes, it would like wounds would begin to heal. You could intuit that if you stayed here for long enough, you would be able to like fully heal yourself. If you stayed in contact with it long enough, the pace does not seem to be particularly quick. But it would be possible. Um, you also feel like sort of like mental clarity as well. Just sort of more aware, like more in tune with your surroundings. As like it almost feels like you're sort of like perceiving like what the heart is to some degree. Like you can like feel it almost like you can feel like the trees like in the glade or like in like and like even further off. Like there's this ever like present like sense of the happenings that's going on in, like the immediate area of the forest. Because you did bury it, so that was a good thing to do. Um, what else? So this is a weird one. So while this does not seem to be changing your physical constitution like it did Sparks, in that moment of mental clarity, I will say there is like a period where like you just have like something just like pops into your head. A random moment of just like sitting in the bronze flame at Revedia after a mission. Um just relaxing over that 1 month period. Something that you felt that like slipped your mind, and you feel like almost like these other like sporadic things that you had thought you had forgotten just kind of like slip in. It is like briefly like a little overstimulating as there's just like a whole bunch of thoughts like sort of coming back to you. But that's like the first thing that's like happening as it initially is. Um, and your reaction to that is at your discretion, because it's not like a painful thing. It's just an intense feeling.
Is it like particular memories?
It seems
Like a
to
theme?
it seems to be like sporadic, like more recent things, but it seems to be going like it seems to, like a little bit further back. I'd say if you're holding it on there for like a couple minutes at this point, you would start like sort of like reflecting on things that had happened like back in like Granite Den, like specifics about like oh the gambling den or Jungan being asked not to have all their skeletons walking around the city in a particular way or at all.
No, that one happened a lot of times, various instances.
That specific one in Granite Den, yeah.
I see.
You remember the hippogriff?
Oh yeah, he pieced out hard. Um, I think I'm just gonna keep my hand on this thing and just sort of like try to meditate with it because it's feeding me these memories. But I want to try and like reflect on the memories it's feeding me. But I also would particularly want to like keep aware of like this thing's presence and like what it's doing,
Hmm.
like how it's changing the environment here.
Yeah, no, you definitely be able to do that. And as you do so, going to a more meditative state, it becomes much more intense as it goes from this sort of ideas, like this feelings of just like recalling information to almost this like experience, like in your body of like feeling these sensations again. Sort of feeling the burning of fire. What's it called? The sword slashed against yourself. Many things like that. Getting fucking punched by a runesteel golem in the chest. Um,
Ow.
and it, yeah, nah. There's definitely it doesn't seem to be like hurting you, but when you decide to enter into like a more meditative trance, it definitely becomes like a lot more clear. And that goes because you just go further back. You eventually find yourself confused, surrounded by a group of new people, faces which are now very familiar to you, but at the time, not so much at all. Standing in the ring in front of a crowd of hundreds and hundreds of people, faced off against a phoenix, and being concerned if whether it was moral to fight a phoenix or not. Um,
Shit, did I say that? I totally forgot that I said that.
I remember you asked about it afterwards.
I see.
And then that begins to go further back as you find yourself pulled to a farewell. Uh, uh, a conversation with Elwyn that quickly turns into an argument as you decide that, ugh, words. That you're deciding that you're stepping away from the moving wilds because she is not. She had decided to not take the path that you had thought she would after her own personal trauma with the solstice. You go further back than that, um, and you find yourself grasp in your hands the sort of rough and charred bark of Gnarlheart's remaining limb, that had been struck from him, and that sort of grief and rage that fills you, or that filled you then, begins to sort of well up within you now, before you're able to retain your emotions and sort of remain some clarity about where you are and the fact that this is not, it was real, but it's not now. Then, as it keeps going further and further back, you find yourself being introduced to a small pixie, going by the name of Aelwyn. This very confused thing, wondering what the fuck you're doing here, and what's your name, and not having any answers for her whatsoever. And she looks you up and down. She says, "Okay, this is good enough. Come on." As you're drug into a forest of other pixies. You keep going further back, and there is this sort of feelings of panic as you are lost and afraid and by yourself. Alone in the moving wilds, you feel the sort of changes coming like within you. You don't feel like yourself. You're not understanding what's happening to your body. This is like the worst form of puberty possible. Unable to explain the horns or the fur that's beginning to sprout, and just wishing that you were back home. You find yourself pulled further back, and the sense of familiarity becomes very clear from earlier. What terrible timing. What
You become
terrible
very
timing.
familiar.
What dog shit timing. That is hilarious. I'm sorry.
He
That
died.
is objectively funny.
Yeah, sorry, I had to restart Discord for some reason. I have no idea why. Everyone just froze.
Could you still hear us, or were we, just
No, it
frozen
just
there?
stopped at the part where you said I was scared and I was super bad puberty.
Oh
What's going
yeah,
on?
as you're very uncertain as to what's happening, why you're growing fur, what's at the top of your head, and why your feet are shaped so weird. Um,
That was that awkward half stage too between like human and whatever I was becoming.
it's
It's
like
like
is he a satyr? Is he a person? What's going on here?
just the
Uh,
awkward like middle part of the Animorphs cover.
yeah.
It's not cool. No one wants to see that.
And then you find yourself being pulled even further back. And the sense of familiarity that you felt earlier um, hits you in the chest like a truck as you find yourself wet, disheveled, still just as frightened, and holding in your hand the remnants of, or what's it called? Not the remnants. The sort of small toy you've been playing with outside of the farmhouse or outside of the or by the river, and you would see, fuck, he looks a little beat up now, but that's a teddy bear. Um, and you just a comment to yourself as you hear your past self, you hear your sort of past self say, we're gonna figure out how to get home, Sid." And then you're pulled back once again. This mass of rushing water as you feel yourself fighting to survive, suffocating, clawing your way to the surface or whatever way you can. Um, and then it would sort of gradually bring yourself back up to the bank. And as you find yourself at that riverbank just playing, you remember almost like this voice sort of calling out to you. Not this sort of siren song per se, but like a sort of compulsion drawing you in further and further. And you feel in yourself this same sort of, in this moment, almost like entranced as you found yourself entranced back then, as you find yourself just slowly making your way towards the edge of the river. And then that snap of realization as you see within the waters these hints of what could be mistaken to just be what's it called, a trick of the light, but this malicious smile begin to form as you are swept away by the current. um and then going back further, you go to the days of what's it called? You find yourself at a farm table, or not a farm table, at a table in a house. Uh, people you know that you feel as mom and dad sitting around the table. You see one of them looks at you. I gotta fucking. Sorry, I gotta. I didn't. Yeah, I need to start being more conscious about things. Sometimes I'll do things without the implications. Of...
Don't even worry about it. You're
Yeah.
definitely remembering all the things that I had written down about my character.
But you hear, um, uh, what's it called? Somebody you know as mom. It has to be her mother. It's the only person it could be. It looks nothing like you do now. But she just looks over to the other man at the table. Harlow, are you gonna go into town soon? We need we need grain. We need milk. We need to figure something out. This isn't going well. He's growing too fast. He's eating too much. He's like, stop it. Now, calm down now, Faye. He's gonna hear you. You're gonna get him stressed out. And it's like, and you just hear yourself saying, like, you just like see yourself like look up. It's like, what's going on? Go see. It's okay. And then Arlo just goes, "We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out." And then he looks over at you. Goes, "Sound good, Cyrus?" And he gives you like a thumbs up, and you just go, "Yep, sounds good." Just unaware, just agreeing blindly to whatever you're being told. I believe that was it. And then they don't go back much further than that. Yeah.
Blurred
Yeah, I mean,
images
at a
that don't
point,
make sense. Yeah.
yeah, your memory wouldn't. I was very young at that point. Yeah. I mean, he's he's letting go of that the wild heart, and is shook. Is very shook. And is just sort of like kind of lost in thought, sort of lips sort of mumbling to himself for a while.
You'd probably have been gone like more than half an hour. Sparks would have come over. Or gone looking for you. But depending on how long you could be.
Um, yeah, I guess. I guess I'd go back over to where Sid's sitting. Is he still narrating, or is he
Uh,
done telling stories?
he's probably just going off about one of the other like random groups that had like come out through the forest every now and then. One of the like more like small tales about the various people he's met. Most people not very smart for coming into the moving wilds, but him trying to shepherd those he could out to other places. That type of stuff. But he's just like kind of like rambling, kind of storytelling. He seems to have been warmed up a lot more.
Um, well, of course, Kalis has to grab him again and hoist him up in his arms.
You fucking bastard!
Sid.
Yeah.
Um. Well, I was touching the heart, just seeing its I just wanted to say that I appreciate all you've done with the travelers here.
You're welcome. Did I have to be told this up here?
Uh, no, and I'll set him back down.
Okay, thank you. It's a personal thing. It's a control issue. It's not. It's just that I don't like not having my feet places. I gotten too used to it.
Would you like to meet all of my friends?
Uh, Nissy like looks over, just like jug in, and the sure. I guess they're here.
Well, I mean, you've already met all of my friends, but I mean all of my friends. Glowing eyes peer out through the woods.
He did not seem like the super sociable type, but sure, I guess.
I'm going to whistle and call all my creatures back to me, my horde.
As your own fucking swarm moves its way out of the forest, very concerned because you were gone for a bit, or you were gone for a no, you were gone for a whole day.
Yeah, I'll start like feeding them and like taking care of them. And I'll basically just try and introduce them without while cautioning them, like saying, "Whoa, whoa, don't nibble on him too hard. He's
He's like, yeah,
stuffing."
I'm a fighter. Don't try it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and as you introduce him to the Rat Pack, it's like, all right, that's cool. I thought you met other people, but that's cool too. I've met a lot of them fellas. These types of, not these ones specifically, but like the types, a lot of them around. You good? You're acting weird.
Yeah, I it's just we found you in the strangest of places, and I'm glad you're no longer trapped in a chest in a basement.
Thanks. That's I can I drink to that, but I cannot consume foods or liquids. So, metaphorical cheers. All right. Um, and with that, you, Kalis, as you're sort of sitting around, you see sort of as you kind of the way you're kind of sitting, like you're like facing like the glade sits like right over, like, kind of like over here. You guys are just like in a like a like a semicircle. You hear a sort of low groan begin to come from one of the first trees of the glade. Do you watch as this one growing much quicker than any of the other ones? As the other most of the other ones are still around like the 10-12 foot range, even though other ones that have been growing quickly. This one's probably around like 18 feet, almost 18, almost 20 feet tall. Um and there's the sound of like this creaking of the wood. It's, too young to be feeling this old already. As you see like almost like a face beginning to form. And you would recognize this tree as a spot in which where Cedar Howe was planted by Civis. Oh boy. Quite the place we found ourselves in. That right, boys? Ah. Not quite yet, I see. See, like you see the eyes sort of peer around, scan the area, and he looks over and he sees the mass of you all. And says, you don't have any bark on your skin?
Um,
What are Sproutlings doing out here? And he's not at the point where he's like able to unroot himself yet, but he is still like aware.
right. Well, um, do you remember who you are?
I feel words inside of me, but I don't know what they mean quite yet. The earth tells me Cedar Howl. That name doesn't mean anything to me at the moment.
Well, that name is true, at the least. Cedar Howl to me means protector, and uh, you can take your time. Uh, there's no hurry anymore, but uh, we used to be comrades here in this forest.
Looks you seem a little young for that.
Yes, generally speaking. There's many older than me.
I see. Interesting. Well, comrade, I suppose. As he looks at you for a second before he stops. Kalis.
Yes, that's my name.
Strange. And as he looks around, and he looks not really paying it. You do catch his eye for a second, Jungin, but he starts like looking at the other trees and just like you see like a spark light up in his eyes. He just begins sort of naming them off on the list, like the other ones in the area. Well, there's no way the Earth would lie to me. Huh. Didn't know it'd come back a second time. Thought it'd be a whole new sprout. I guess once the seed grew.
Just let the memories guide you. They'll tell you everything you've forgotten.
Well, so far they're telling me you're a good kid. And at that point, as he sort of talks, he's able to sort of like pull himself out of the ground fully. You watch as there's this massive patch of like upturned dirt as his legs rise. Goes, ah. And striding over to you guys, to where the group of you are. I get the feeling, that's important. Some tell me that's important back there as he looks towards like the hole where you had taken care or where you had placed the heart. I'll think I need a minute, but I need a minute. Let the memories guide me. And at this point, you hear like another groan come up from like another tree, like further into the glade. Oh, oh boy. And not like one after the other, but slowly, because they all, even Cedar Howell's thinking about this very slowly, obviously. Begin to like start to awaken, and what you would know is an alarming like from the time of like a tree starting to appear or a face starting to appear on a tree, the time of an actual like awakening could take years and years and years for it to be able to even make any motions. So it's kind of just like you find yourself almost in awe at the acceleration of the rate of the awakening of these ants. Um, Probably as he's just sitting there or standing there in thought for maybe about 10 minutes, goes, I see. And you see, like as he turns his head up, this time like looking like directly at you. I'm very glad we trusted you, even if we weren't perfect about it.
I'm just glad that everything seems to have worked out this time.
You'll have to fill me in on the details, but you, these wilds owe you more than can be repaid. So, whatever it is you need to ask of us, we'll be ready to move on it, or we'll be there for it. Or if there is anything, I guess sadly doesn't. The implication's obvious. And I guess the next thing he would say, actually, are citizens of Starry okay? I noticed that they're not here.
That's a funny thing. They left.
As is
They
their
went
way.
that direction.
You mentioned a sense of indebtedness, but as they were leaving, Zastari repaid their debt with a boon of life to all that fell here in the attack, and all uh, who were gravely wounded. But there's peace is resumed now. There's not that sort of danger present here anymore. we may have found a replacement for the hole the dragons will leave in this community.
I could tell. I could feel it as soon as it entered the area. I'm sure everything will feel it soon. Hell, it might do even more than dragons. They don't have to worry about it trying to piss everyone off every couple years or once a year. Not trying to. It's a byproduct, but point stands.
I hadn't even considered that. There's been a lot of change recently.
Yes, look like your companions have been through the ringer. Maybe not physically, but I'm sure you got a lot of thoughts running in your head. I don't know quite what to say to you, but I know where my place is, and I guess the target has changed. I still know what my duty is. He sort of looks down over at the ground. As long as sun bears light on these leaves, I don't just speak for myself in saying that this place will continue to be kept safe for what we can.
I'm glad to hear that.
You, I'm glad you stuck around for so long to make sure we came to being, but last time I checked, you don't have any roots. You need to hurry up. Don't you have, don't you have worlds to be walking? You don't have to worry about young old men.
No, we don't have to worry about them. Yes, I mean we've sort of just finished our last venture. I don't know, where are we headed off to next, you all?
You guys had a meeting with Jay, which actually is in a day and a half about going to the heart. Just remind you.
Shit.
Yeah.
Here we go, deadlighting again.
Or
I
just
was kind of hoping to my thing. I mean, if you
Oh,
guys want to
right.
go
We
to
need
the
to go help
heart,
out
though,
Sparks too.
it's
Well,
fine.
we
I know.
we
I
can
mean,
meet
you guys.
Jay.
It was something that you guys decided beforehand, so I'm sure my other counterpart saw it.
No, no.
It's kind of
Let's,
important.
let's talk to Jay first, but I think we should help out you, Sparks.
also, Sparks, over the course of probably like the past hour or two, you would have felt like the connection to the rock start to come back.
Like,
Or over the last
if
hour or two,
anything,
just so you know.
he breathes a sigh of relief as it does, because as good as it felt, like, you know,
You were a real boy.
yeah, but he wasn't complete. He might have been real. He might have been full, but like, there's a difference between being full and being complete.
I like the idea of like Theseus as Sparks.
No.
Oh Lord.
But
Also be super chill if you didn't detonate in the middle of the sacred grove here. I'm super chill about that not happening.
Oh, so we should probably just head back to the house just to recuperate, get ready for next winter. I'm out of crack. I'm almost out of crackers.
So, do we need to go back to Revedia, do we? Where do we need to go?
Yeah, Revede's where Jay is, and if we're heading to the Emerald Lane, then we need to book some sort of passage.
All right, everyone. If you could all gather with me.
hey, I don't mean to be awkward about this. I like Ents. They're cool fellas. Met a lot of them.
Come with us.
Okay. Thanks for not making me ask. As he like sort of like waddles over.
I assumed.
Up you go.
Everyone hold hands.
I hold him in like an arm, and like all the animals hop on me, and then I hold someone's hand.
You just hear him under his breath. This has to be discriminatory. Like,
And as
Like-
everyone surrounds me, I'm going to cast.
good old.
It's funny that I can just.
And yeah, it's about the radius too. A little bit off. But,
Because I am. I can't remember the exact terms for teleport, but I feel like I'm the top for. Do I need to roll?
no, you don't need to roll for teleportation circle. It's only for the teleport
Okay.
spell because you have the sigil
Okay.
for the bronze flame.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I will teleport us to Bronze Frame. We need to get one installed in our house. Just so lazy.
And that's where we'll leave things off. We went a little bit late because I didn't want to break that up, but thank you for playing. Sorry. And yeah.
Oh, just one last note before we leave. I'll just like cover up the hurt with earth at some point.
Oh yeah.
That's-
No, I figured you had.
Cool. Good. Chill.
I thought it was
It's all
underwater.
settled.
Yeah, I forgot
Ooh.
that pool that pool of water had been turned into earth because it got filled in and the ants were planted there. Sean reminded me.
It's sort of like gross mud if you think about it. It'd be pretty moist. Earth.
A swamp
All right.
type of thing.
Anyways, thanks for watching. If you did, if you didn't, no thanks. Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.